Mike, what's going to happen tonight? The Mets have won the first two. This is the 159th game of the year. The Cardinals trying to win their 99th. They've lost their last three. They've lost 4 out of 5 and need a winning effort here tonight. And here's the pitch, and Wilson takes it low, ball 1. The catcher is Porter with Pendleton. Smith, Herr, and Clark on the infield. Coleman, McGee, and Van Slyke in the outfield. And a strike is called. Cox has a record of 17-9, 0-1 this year against the Mets in 2 and 3 lifetime. The big guy has a 1-1 count on Mookie Wilson. Switch hitter batting left, foul ball, back to the seats, 1 and 2. And it would be refreshing for a change lately to get the Cardinals out in front, which is to say to get Coleman and McGee on base and chase them around and give the pitcher a little working margin. It will be Wilson, Backman, and Hernandez. The pitch is swinging another foul on a ball up and in. He fought it off.
Well, I like the pitching pairing tonight. I like Danny Cox. I think he is the kind of guy that will have his tenacity come through, hopefully anyway. And don't forget that little incident that he had with George Foster at Shea Stadium.
Wilson swings, drills it into left center. McGee on the dead run, and he can't get it. He traps the ball on a good play, holds him to a single with a dazzling play. But a leadoff hit for Wilson.
Well, that was a good play by Willie McGee. He doesn't get that thing and catch it on the one hop like he did. You can mark Mookie Wilson down for 3. I mean, that was outstanding.
And he darn near caught the ball. Here's Backman. He's another switch hitter and batting from the left side. Tough man to get on the double play. He likes to bunt the ball, and it wouldn't be surprising here in this important game to see the Mets bunting for a sacrifice and also a base hit and try to get out in front here in the opening inning. Wilson is a good base stealer in his own right. The pitch is low, ball 1 to Backman. Cardinals pulled off 4 double plays last night. And they'd like another here. Clark holds against the runner. Hitting room through the right side for Backman. He usually hits the ball to the opposite field. A throw to first, the runner gets back. We say hello to the folks in Galesburg, Illinois, tuned in on WGIL. And also hello again to the folks in St. Petersburg, Florida, listening to the game on WSUN. The runner goes, a swing and a ball up the middle. Fielded by Ozzie, safe at second, out at first. Ozzie got the ball and tried to stay on the base. While so doing, it brings Herzog out of the dugout. Time is called, and we have an early argument. Wilson safe at second with 1 out, and the second base umpire, Dutch Rennert, waits for Whitey Herzog's arrival. Ozzie tried to field the ball and keep his foot on the base.
I'll tell you, I don't know if he did it. We're going to get a look on the replay, but he sure made it look like he did, and he did, Jack. He was out at second base. The Cardinals haven't had one call go for them, and I want to tell you, Whitey Herzog is some kind of hot, and he's really giving it to Dutch Rennert. Rennert's one of the best umpires in the game, but he blew that one. It was a tough play for him, but Ozzie Smith definitely did have his foot on the base.
So the Mets have a runner at second with 1 out and Keith Hernandez up. And the crowd lets him have it. Runner at second, 1 out, first inning. Hernandez batting an even .300. And he has driven in 87 runs, having hit 10 home runs. Danny Cox from the belt to the plate. Hernandez took a strike.
Well, that's a big play to miss that. Just like the other night in the early part of the ball game when Fred Brocklander got in front of a throw by the catcher. You can't miss those kind of plays in these kind of series, can you?
Well, you like to watch the true plays prevail. Here's the pitch, and a pop fly foul out of play, strike 2. Now, you don't like the umpires influencing the outcome of the game any more than they are forced to with the good calls that they make. Strike 2 on Hernandez. The Mets with a chance to get out in front here in the opening inning.
That was some great play by Ozzie, wasn't it?
Sure was. They got only the runner at first. Wilson, who singled, advanced to second on the play. He's there with one out. And it's a strike two count on Hernandez, who doesn't strike out very often. He bats from the left side, and the pitch is coming and swung on and foul back. It's hard to throw the ball by him, Mike.
That really is, Jackie. He has such great bat control. About the only way you can get him is on that breaking ball that's out of the strike zone, low and inside. It's the one that appears like it's going to be in strike, and then the last second it breaks down into the dirt and inside.
Hernandez has struck out 58 times this year. Keith steps out and gets back in. The outfielder around to the left for him. Wilson will lead at second. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 1-1-2. This ballpark sold out again. Standing room only. There are tickets available for tomorrow night. And Dennis Eckersley will oppose Bob Forsch when the Cubs come to town. But a good many things ride on the outcome of this one. And we're in the first inning. No score. Runner at second, one out. Hernandez steps out. Ed Montague, the plate umpire. Fred Brocklander at first. Dutch Rennert at second. Lee Wire at third. Off the stretch is Danny Cox. Here's his pitch, and a swing and another foul by Hernandez into the seats off to the left. And the count stays 1-2. Cox wears number 34. His record 17-9. And the Cardinal pitcher has had 10 complete games and 4 shutouts. Here's his pitch, change-up high. Off-speed pitch 2-2 to Hernandez. Hernandez has been booed unmercifully since he arrived here in town, and he'd like to drive in a run. Outfield to the left for him. Ozzie trying to keep the runner close at second. Cox ready again. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss off foul tip. He's just got a piece of it. That's the pitch that Mike was talking about. That pitch down and in, and Hernandez just got a piece of it, and Porter couldn't hang up.
Boy, it was a beauty. Darryl had it for just a second, but it oozed out of the mitt.
It stays 2-2. Cox made a pretty good pitch. Hernandez waiting for him to make a mistake. Now the New York first baseman steps out again. Gets back in, taps the plate, and waits. Hernandez, the batter, Carter on deck. Runner at second, one out. Hernandez swings on a changeup and fouls it off to the right. He has had a long at-bat against the Cardinal hurler. Makes a difference with that runner at second base. The Cardinals thought they had a double play. And we had an early argument here in this one. Cox is trying to get rid of Keith Hernandez. Another 2-2 pitch comes to the plate. A changeup and a fly ball foul out of play down into the left field corner. And he has thrown a variety of pitches to Hernandez. A new supply of baseballs for the plate umpire at Montague.
Boy, he's really having a battle with Hernandez. He's had a fastball inside, outside, 3 changeups, and a curveball.
Outfield still a bit to the left for Hernandez as Van Slyke straight away and right. They give him right center. The pitch to Keith Hernandez. Swing, line drive, deep right. Van Slyke back. It's over his head. It's off the wall. A run is going to score. And he holds him to a single with a good fielding play. Throw home. He is safe. And Hernandez stays at first base. Hernandez singled off the wall and right, driving in Wilson. Wilson made sure that the ball was not going to be caught and then almost dallied too long at second base. Herr took a crack at him at the plate, but the run scored, and a good fielding play by Van Slyke.
He got it off the wall, hit the cutoff man perfectly, and very good and aggressive coaching by the third base coach, Buddy Harrelson. He watched it all the way. If it wasn't for his good coaching, Mookie would not have scored.
So it's a runner at first, one out, and the Mets are on top again. They've been ahead in each of the 3 games. Didn't score until the 11th inning the other night. Got out in front 1-0 in the first last night, and the batter is Gary Carter. Here's the pitch on the way, and Carter takes a strike over the outside corner.
They're underway at Kansas City. California failed to score. In the top half, Kansas City now better.
Well, that controversial play at second a moment ago results in a run for the Mets on the base hit by Hernandez and a foul by Gary Carter. Strike 2 with Strawberry on deck. Happened the other night. Runner was stealing. The throw hit the umpire. The man was safe. He would have been out. He scored. That was last night. Tonight's tonight, and the Mets lead 1-0 in the first. Cox quickly ahead of Carter on 0-2, and a swing and a ground ball foul past Bill Robinson, coaching at first. The Mets have a good hitting lineup. There's no doubt about that. They're only 1 game behind the Cardinals in the standings. They came in here 3 games behind. Pendleton deep behind the base at third. Hernandez on at first with 1 out. The pitch, Carter's half swing, held up, ball outside, 1-2. He narrowly missed with that one. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Next one to Carter. Swing and a ball up the middle off of Cox's leg, and he's going to beat it out. A slowly hit ball up the middle, and Cox deflected the ball to the point where no one could make a play, and Strawberry could make it a big New York first. Had he let the ball go, it would have been a double play, Mike.
Yeah, I think so, Jack. It was right over the mound, and it just
number 18.
Was going to go through Danny's legs, but he got his hand down there. He bothered it. Otherwise, it would have been a perfect double play for Tommy Herr. He was going over to the base. He'd have caught the ball at the base and probably had 2, but not so. You talk about breaks. New York has certainly had some in this series, haven't they?
They have, and you have to fight your way out of that syndrome. Here's Darryl Strawberry, who 2 nights ago hit one of the longest home runs of the year against the Cardinals. The pitch, swing, and a base hit to right. Hernandez will stop at third as Van Slyke gets it home, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. And that's 4 hits in the inning. And the batter is George Foster, and there they go in the Cardinal bullpen. Once again emphasizing the importance of this game.
Number 15, left fielder George Foster.
George Foster will be the hitter. You remember the altercation over in New York when Foster dallied at the plate, stepped in and out, angered Cox. Cox hit him with a pitch. Cardinals warm up a left-hander.
I would imagine that he'll use this opportunity, Jack, in this spot to do the same thing and try to aggravate Danny.
Mike Rourke, the pitching coach, comes out to talk to Cox as Rick Horton warms up in the bullpen, and the Cardinals could really use the twin killing.
Foster's a good guy to get on the double play ball. He does not run well at all. Yeah, got to get him to hit it on the ground.
In a spot like this, Mike, he'll frequently go the other way with the ball, won't he?
Well, as long as you keep it down, that's what you have to do in this case. You got to set him up if you can, keep it down, and hope for that double play ball. This good Cardinal infield and his slow running ability, he's a prime candidate for exactly that. And if you get out of this inning with only 1 run being scored, you'd have to consider yourself fortunate.
But Foster is thinking about making it 5-0. He stands in. Cox works off the stretch. Hernandez, the lead runner. Carter at second and Strawberry at first. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's up high. And Foster becomes doubly dangerous when you fall behind on the count. Meanwhile, the fact that the Mets have already scored puts their rookie pitcher, Aguilera, in a very good spot. And the Mets lead 1-0 here in the first. Here's the pitch from Cox, swinging a foul. Rolling back behind the plate. On deck, it's Howard Johnson. The Mets have an early run with a chance to get more. Bases loaded and 1 out. Hernandez, Carter, and Strawberry running the bases. Cox gets the sign from Porter. He wants the strikeout, the pop-up, or the double play. Foster wants at least the fly ball. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third. Pendleton comes home. Out. Force out. Pendleton had to charge it and field a short hop, and then he threw low, but Porter caught it and got the force out. That was the only play the Cardinals had. 2 out. And the batter will be Howard Johnson, who earlier this year hit a grand slam home run against the Redbirds. Cox has made a lot of pitches in this opening inning.
Howard Johnson.
Good play by Pendleton, Mike. It was awkward, but he made it.
Well, he was playing very deep, and he really took a chance to come in and get that short hop. Playing a little too deep as far as I was concerned in double play situation. But you're right, he had a tough play, and he made it.
So Howard Johnson becomes the big man in the game to this point. Bases loaded, 2 out. Switch hitter batting left, hitting .244. Played in the series last year with the Tigers. They play him to pull. He takes small one high. Now Carter is the lead runner at third. Oh, would the Cardinals like to get out of this with only 1 run scored. Johnson has 11 home runs. Takes a strike on a slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Base and loaded, 2 out. The Mets have a run home here in the first. Cox has the sign. Here's his pitch, and it's low outside. Ball 2. The on-deck hitter is Santana. This is the 7th man to bat for New York. And Johnson will be sitting on something now. They play him to pull just a bit. New York with 4 hits here in the first inning. Cox steps off the rubber. He doesn't want to fall behind 3-1. It's 2 balls and a strike. Johnson waits. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike. He threw the breaking ball, got it in there. He took it 2-2.
Boy, that was some pitch, wasn't it? I mean, a good curveball.
2 balls, 2 strikes to the Met third baseman, Howard Johnson. The runners lead away at first, second, and third. Here's the pitch. A little bit high. Ball 3. He changed up, got it high, and everybody will go with the next delivery. I don't think he's thrown him a fastball yet, Mike.
Well, this guy's a fastball hitter, but he may have to just come to him now, Jack. It's 1-on-1.
Base and loaded. 2 out. 1 run already home. 3-2 the count. The runners will all go with the pitch. They are running, and a swing and a foul. Hard hit past first base on a fastball. Well, they did throw him the breaking ball. Got it in on him a little bit. And it is 3-2. Johnson gets back in. Carter back to third. Strawberry back to second. Foster back to first base. They'll go again. Cox has to throw a strike or force a runner home. Horton ready in the bullpen, watching. Everybody running. Here it is. Ground ball to third. Templeton gets it. Pendleton steps on the base, and the inning's over. A little squibber hit by the left-handed batter down the third baseline. Pendleton came in, grabbed it, stepped on the base, and New York gets only 1, and that's a lift for the Cardinals. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 left. Rick Aguilera goes to the mound. The Mets lead 1-0. And I think we need a little help here.
Let's go, Cardinals!
Well, it worked last time. Let's see if it'll do its magic once again here this season.
Going to the bottom of the first, Rick Aguilera's on the mound. This is only his 4th year in professional baseball, his first year in the big leagues. 6'5", 195. From West Covina, California. He pitched at Brigham Young University. Had been drafted originally by the Cardinals in 1980, but didn't sign. Aguilera, and he'll face Coleman, McGee, and Herr.
Aguilera signed by the Cardinals as a third baseman, did not sign, and then later signed with this New York club. At Kansas City, a home run by White in the first. We're the man on, his 22nd of the season, and it's 2-0 Kansas City over California with the Royals still batting. Well, your station break, let's take it before Vince Coleman leads it off. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
You're at WTAY-FM Stereo in Robinson, Illinois.
Leading off, number 29, left fielder, Vince Coleman.
Aguilera is a 10-game winner, 10-6. He's 0-1 against the Cardinals this year. Vince Coleman leads it off. He had been 0 for 19, but got a hit in the ninth inning last night. Mets lead 1-0. They had 4 hits and left 3 on in the top of the inning. And it'll be Coleman, McGee, and Herr. If anybody gets on, Clark. Coleman batting left, takes the ball. Big game here, which has commanded the attention of most of the baseball world. Here's the pitch on the way to Coleman. Low. Ball 2. Our congratulations to the Dodgers, who won the National League West and await the winner of the National League East, either the Cardinals or the Mets. And congratulations also to Cincinnati for the wonderful season they put together. Coleman took a strike, 2-1. They have Gary Carter catching. Johnson, Santana, Backman, and Hernandez on the infield. Foster's on the line in left. Wilson in center. Strawberry in right. A ball in right center. Coleman would run forever. Base hit. Up the middle.
Well, that's the guy that we have to get going. There's no secret about it, is there, Jack? He was 0 for 19 through the Cardinal losing streak. And when he gets on base, it changes the whole complexion of the game. It changes the complexion of the pitching because Willie McGee and Tommy Herr get many more fastballs to look at when Coleman is on.
Mike, I talked to somebody who knows the Mets very well and asked him what he thought about Aguilera in this spot here tonight. He said if he gives up 3 runs in 6 innings, it'd be a good game for him. That was the opinion of a pretty good baseball man who knows the Mets better than we do. Throw to first, and Coleman, who has stolen 109 bases, gets back in. Carter's the catcher. Aguilera checks him and pitches and gets a strike into Willie McGee. When Coleman runs the bases, McGee and Herr get more fastballs to hit, ordinarily. Aguilera kind of quick-pitched Coleman. They tell me, too, that he has well, Whitey Herzog said it on the dugout show, that he has a bit of a balk move to first. Check on the runner, the pitch. Curveball low. 1-1 to McGee is the Cardinals trail 1-0 in the first. McGee batting .354 and leading the league. 30 points ahead of Pedro Guerrero. He's had 10 home runs and 80 runs batted in. They shade him a bit to the left in the Met outfield. Here's the pitch to Willie, and swing and a miss, and a sharp slider throw to first, and he just got back. Carter snapped it down there, and Coleman had to come back in hand first, and Hernandez made the tag just a bit too late, and it's 1-2 to McGee. One ball, 2 strikes to Willie. Aguilera not too far removed from the Brigham Young campus.
Think they had a crowd like this at BYU?
Only for football. A lead by Coleman. He goes, comes back, ground ball. Hernandez throws to second out and back over there, safe. They force Coleman at second. On a ground ball by McGee. Play went 3-6. The return throw was late and dropped by Hernandez. Tom Herr is up. Herr made a bid for a base-loaded hit in the ninth last night. Hit a line drive at the second baseman. I doubt that it would have gone between the outfielders, but it would have made it a 5-4 game and brought up Clark. Mets lead 1-0. Herr is up, hitting .305 with 8 homers and 108 runs batted in. He's been stuck on that 108 figure for a while because Coleman has not been running the bases. Here's the pitch. Herr takes ball 1. He's batting left-handed. In fact, Clark and Cox are the only right-handed hitters in the Cardinal lineup tonight. Outfield deep and straight away for Herr. Every pitch in this one of monumental proportions. And it's been exciting baseball the last few nights and already has been tonight. McGee takes his lead. Herr takes a strike, a breaking ball in at the knees. Herr has a count of 1-1. Willie McGee at first has stolen 55 bases. Hernandez holds against him. Cardinal hitting has not been very timely since Sunday in Montreal. There's a quick throw to first, and McGee gets back. These Mets go home and play Montreal tomorrow night. The Cubs come here. McGee on at first with 1 out. Another throw, and he returns. Herr gets back in. Cardinals have seen Aguilera only the one time. He's 0-1 against them. There goes McGee, a ground ball to first, and the play will be to first. Out, and McGee advances on a ground ball by Herr. Willie McGee got a pretty good jump off of first. Herr trying for that hole on the right side, hit it right at Hernandez. His only play was to the pitcher covering, and here's Jack Clark. Talking to Jack before the game, Mike, and he's, as you would imagine, finding it a bit difficult to get comfortable at the plate to see the ball.
Yeah, Jack, he's only played a couple of games in the last 6 weeks. He first went down was a long while ago. Then he came back, played a couple of games, then played here last night. But it takes a while to acclimate yourself to live pitching. And all the while, we were in Montreal, and after he hurt himself for the second time, he did not take batting practice. Took it here on Tuesday, and then played last night for the first time.
McGee at second, 2 out. Clark standing in, hitting .281 with 22 home runs and 87 runs batted in. They play him deep and straight away. Second baseman is almost behind the base. The pitch from the right-hander to Clark. Fastball, foul back here, strike 1. You saw that one pretty well. Strike 1 to Clark. Aguilera pitched against the Cardinals on the 29th of June. Cardinals won that game 6-0, and in 2 innings, this pitcher allowed 5 hits and 4 runs. Only one of them earned. Big, tall right-hander pitching to Clark with the tying run at second. Strike in at the knees, strike 2. Aguilera has thrown him a couple of fastballs. Got one up and Clark fouled it back. Jack took the next, and it's strike 2. On deck, Van Slyke. McGee at second, 2 out. Next pitch coming. Swing and a high fly ball into right center. Will be caught by Wilson. He's there and has it for the out. Cardinals get a hit and leave a man on. And after 1, New York won, the Cards nothing.
I have a disease that could wreck my life. Diabetes.
Cubs won at home today, 13-5 over Pittsburgh. Perlman the winner, Engel got the save, and Wynn took the loss. Brown a home run for the Pirates. Matthews and Say homered for the Cubs. They won at 13-5 over Pittsburgh. San Diego beat Cincinnati 9-4. Hawkins over Tibbs. Parker hit his 32nd home run for Cincinnati. Wynn and Martinez homered for the Padres. They won at 9-4 over the Reds. And Houston won at San Francisco 7-2. Heathcock the winner. LaPointe the loser. Santana takes a strike. LaPointe is 7-17. They had 1,400 people at Candlestick Park today. Here's the pitch on the way. Santana breaks the bat and grounds it to Herr. A big hop and out at first. And the batter is Aguilera, and this kid's a pretty good hitter, Mike. He's had 9 out of 34.
No home runs yet, but 2 RBIs and a .265 batting mark. Good athlete, big, strong kid. Tall lead.
Phillies lead 8-4 in the 5th at Montreal. Raleigh against Lucas in relief of Lasky. Mike Schmidt at his 33rd home run. And Fred Manrique hit his first home run in the big leagues for Montreal. Philadelphia leads 8-4 in the 5th. Atlanta at the Dodgers tonight. Smith against Royce. Aguilera throws right and bats right. 1-0 New York, second inning. Swing and a miss.
Cardinals signed this kid, or they drafted him anyway, as a third baseman. So you know he can swing the bat.
Danny Cox on the hill. Gave up 4 hits, but only 1 run in the first. Inside to the hitter. Boston beat Baltimore 6-2. Ahead of the winner over Stewart. Armas hit his 23rd homer for Boston. And they're playing a second game. Swing and a miss by the batter here. Baltimore leads 1-0 in the 3rd. Detroit leads Toronto 2-0 in the 6th inning. Behind Walt Terrell. The Yankees lead 1-0 in the 4th, and a home run by Henderson. Leary against Guidry, a 21-game winner. With 1 out, Aguilera fouls it. Seattle at Chicago, no score after 2, and after 1 and a home run by Frank White. Kansas City leads California 2-0. Sutton against Jackson. Open date for Cleveland, Oakland, Minnesota, and Texas. The Toronto clinching number is 2. Swing and a pop fly, base hit in the right. A high pitch, and Aguilera singles. Van Slyke was thinking about making a play at first, but bobbled the ball. And that's the 5th hit for the Mets.
Well, he made him look bad on 2 curveballs and then came back with a fastball.
Van Slyke had a play on him at first base, Mike. He took his eye off the ball and dropped it.
He was cheating in, playing close and right, and he wanted to throw him out at first base.
The batter is Mookie Wilson. He started this game with a base hit and scored a run. Run driven in by Keith Hernandez, and the Mets lead 1-0. Here's a swing and a miss and a high hard one. The Mets trying to sweep this series. I tell you, if they do it, you've got to hand it to them. Beat the Cardinals 1-0 and 5-2, and they lead 1-0 in the 2nd as Mookie Wilson looks at ball 1. The Mets go home and play the Cubs 3. Or Mets go home and play Montreal 3. Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, and at the same times, an hour difference, we'll be playing the Cubs here. Wilson watches one go low and away, ball 2. Pitcher runs the bases for New York, 1 on, 1 out. Cox brings it in. Wilson swings and fouls it. Back to the plate. Back to the screen, 2-2.
The pace of this game doesn't change. It'll be very difficult for either one of these starters to go the distance, won't it, Jack?
And a long evening already. Mets had the bases loaded when the first inning came to a conclusion for them. Mookie Wilson swings and a high fly ball to right for Van Slyke. He hardly moved, and he makes the catch for the out, 2 out. Aguilera back to first. This broadcast authorized under rights granted by the St. Louis National Baseball Club Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and account of this game without the express written consent of the Cardinals is prohibited. Wally Backman grounded out his first time up. Switch hitter batting left. He likes to bunt. He was going to bunt and took a strike. It's not his job to drive in runs, although he's driven in 38. He likes to get on and bring Hernandez and Carter up. Aguilera leads off first, 2 out. Backman a changeup and a ground ball to Herr. Tommy gets it and throws out, and the inning's over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. New York has left 4. And Slyke, Pendleton, and Porter will bat for the Cardinals in the second. Going in, New York 1, Cards nothing.
To the hill goes the New York right-hander, the rookie Rick Aguilera. Young man, 23 years old, 6'5", 193. He was the New York Mets' 5th choice in the June 1983 draft. And he's made it to the big leagues in a big, big hurry.
Final date of the season at Grant's Farm this year is Sunday, October 13th, so you better call for reservations at 843-1700. Thousands have visited out there throughout the season. Tours these days, Thursday through Sunday, 9, 10, 11 in the morning, 1, 2, and 3 in the afternoon. See all there is to see with the beautiful wildlife, Grant's Cabin, the Clydesdales, some beautiful horse-drawn vehicles, some fine jumping horses. Just call 843-1700 for the reservation, which is needed for the complimentary tour of Grant's Farm. Happy birthday to Aaron Kelly, his mom, Betty Kelly. A nice note, Mike, from the station manager of St. Petersburg Station, WSUN, Sean Portmans. They're happy to be carrying the games, and we're pleased to be able to send them to them.
And it's nice that they can have those games because both of these clubs share St. Petersburg, Florida as their spring training home and have for quite a few years. It was the Cardinals and the Yankees, and then when the Yankees left, the Mets came into town, and so they're very interested in this 3-game set.
Mets lead 1-0 in the second, and Andy Van Slyke leads off with a .259 average and 12 home runs. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Swing and a high fly ball to very deep center. Wilson way back at the track. He has it about 390 feet away.
Tell you, they've been feeding Andy a steady diet of fastballs in this series, and he's been turning quite a few of them around, hasn't he?
It's a big, big ballpark, Don. He didn't pull it enough. There's 1 out.
Number 9, third baseman Terry Pendleton.
Pendleton is up. Cardinal bats are silent. They've been out hit in this one 5-1. They've had some chances with good hitters up there, notably Tuesday night. You have to bow in the direction of Dwight Gooden, but even then the Cardinals had men at third base twice with only 1 out. There's a hit by Pendleton in the left. Pendleton singles in the left with 1 out. And Porter is the batter. We need some lusty hitting, and you always do, Mike, against this New York team. They can make runs.
They have one of the best balanced lineups, average and power in the game. And they've been swinging hot bats of late. Cardinal pitching in this series has been very good.
Redbirds getting all the hometown fan support they could ask for.
Boy, isn't that the truth.
And there's an estimate that when the curtain comes down, the Cardinals will have drawn 2,650,000 for the year. Porter is up, hitting .215 with 10 homers. Pendleton has stolen 16 bases. Ball 1 is down and in. Tying run is on, but a long way from home. They give Porter left center. Strawberry is pulled into the corner in right. And the third baseman is way off the line. The pitch. Breaking ball in at the knees. A called strike. Well, you can just see the confidence with which these Mets have approached these games. They got great pitching from Darling and beat an outstanding pitcher Tudor on Tuesday night. There goes the runner as the ball gets away from the catcher, and Pendleton heads for third base. Throw down there, he's saved. The ball squirted away from the catcher, and Pendleton never stopped, and he just beat the throw.
Boy, he got a good look at it. He had a great angle, and he saw the ball squirt through Carter's legs. And as you said, Jack, he was never headed. Carter didn't know exactly where it was, and he just turned it on when he came around second and slid in before the throw. And there's the first break as far as the Cardinals are concerned. Now the infield is going to come in.
Porter is up. Here's that situation. Runner at third, one out. 2 balls and a strike to count to Porter. He wants at least the fly ball now to tie the game. Aguilera from the stretch position. Swing and a miss on a bad pitch down and in 2-2. Now Aguilera will be going for the strikeout. On deck hitter is Smith. Pendleton at third, one out. Here's the pitch. Low. Ball 3.
One thing the Cardinals have not been able to do in this series with any kind of regularity at all, and they've had a number of chances, is get the man in from third base with less than 2 outs.
Failed twice last night. Porter is confronted with that opportunity now. 3-2 the count to Darrell. He's been given a steady diet of breaking pitches from this hurler. Pendleton at third, one out. Off the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop foul off to the left near the stands, and it is going to be out of play. The third baseman reached in, could have caught it, but a fan was in the way. But because he had to reach into the stands, there is no interference. The Mets protest that, but the third base umpire, Lee Wire, the crew chief, says can't do anything about it. It was past the railing. He would have caught it otherwise, Mike.
You're right. Buy that guy down there in the black jacket a nice cold, frosty Budweiser.
Aren't you for fair play?
That's fair. He's rooting for the Cardinals, man. It's as fair as can be as far as he's concerned. Once it goes into the stands, it's every man for himself as far as that player is concerned.
So Porter gets a life, and the count stays 3-2. Pendleton at third, one out. Here's a pitch. High ball 4. He walks.
Well, we've told you that the Mets have had some breaks in this series, and most of them, but the Cardinals have had a couple in this inning here. One, that top fly that went into the seats there that the fan knocked away. Still have to get it done, though. It's Ozzie at the plate with the runners at first and third. The infielders will probably be in at the corners and halfway at short and second.
That's where they are, and there is a chance of a squeeze play. Even though we're early in the game. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. The on-deck hitter is Cox. And if they're going to squeeze, they'll do it here. Smith batting .275 with 6 homers, 51 runs batted in. Here is the pitch. Swing and a ground ball, double play ball to Backman, and he's out at second and safe at first, and the game's tied. Santana never could make the throw, and Smith ties it up with an infield out. Porter went after the pivot man down there. I don't know how much difference it made. But Santana never threw it.
Well, he'd have never gotten Ozzie on the double play, but it doesn't hurt when you shoot in there after that second baseman. The last time that he had someone come in after him, it was in the first inning, and he threw low on a double play shot.
Now Smith is at first with 2 out. Danny Cox takes a breaking ball strike. He has had 12 hits this year. They play him to hit to right. He's big enough to hit the ball. Big, strong, right-handed batter. Ozzie takes the lead, and a swing and a foul. Strike 2.
Good fan, Paul Conway, down in Deloge, Missouri. He's recuperating and rooting for the Cards listening in tonight.
I'd like to say hello to Ron Rickenbacker, who is in Barnes Hospital. Hope we can bring them a win tonight. Cox swings, grounds it to second, fielded by Backman. The throw is good. Batter's out, inning's over. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. The Cards have left 2. Base hit by Pendleton. Went to third on a wild pitch. Stayed there as Porter walked. And then Ozzie forced the runner at second, got the run batted in. And after 2, New York won, the Cardinals won. Folks, to have your name placed on the preferred list for 1986 season tickets, call the sales department during normal business hours. 421-3060. Let's pause for identification. There's Hernandez leads off in the Mets' 3rd inning. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
Good evening. You're listening to WTAY-FM Stereo in Robinson, Illinois.
Keith Hernandez leads it off. He drove in the New York run in the first as he ripped a single off the wall and right. Here's the pitch from Danny Cox, and a strike is called into the knee. Folks at A. Gaudio and Sons in Jacksonville, Illinois, rooting for the Cardinals. And the Anheuser-Busch distributor over there in Jacksonville. Clark is near the line at first as the pitch is made, and a ground ball foul past first base. That's strike 2. It will be Hernandez, Carter, and Strawberry. Tough hitters in this inning for Danny Cox. 1-1 the score. 5 hits for New York, 2 for St. Louis. Into the windup goes Cox in his pitch, and it's down and in. This is the only excitement left in the National League. The Dodgers have won the West. They did so with 94 victories. Cardinals have already won 98. It ain't won nothing yet. Cox trying for his 18th and his biggest victory of the year. Pitches. Change up and a little bit out of the strike zone. 2-2. That's one thing about Hernandez. He always has had that great batting eye and fine bat control. Hitting .301. Here comes another from the Cardinal right-hander. Change up and a foul. He just got a piece of it. Another capability he has, Mike. Fouling off good pitches.
Well, good hitters do that, Jack. And that was a very good pitch by Danny. Curveball low and in, and that's one thing that Keith is vulnerable to.
Magic number for Toronto in the American League East is 2, but they're losing. The Yanks are winning.
Those magic numbers are hard to come by at this time of the year, aren't they?
The umpire checks the pine tar on the bat handle. You're only allowed to have it so far up on the bat handle. And the umpire checked it, and the count's 2-2. Hernandez leading off in the 3rd. Cox delivers a changeup and a line drive base hit to right. Hernandez is 2 for 2. And the leadoff man is on for the second time in 3 innings. That's 6 New York hits.
Catcher Gary Carter.
And the batter is Carter. Al Hernandez getting a measure of revenge for all of the booing that has been directed at him. Leadoff single brings up Carter. He's singled on an infield hit his first time up. You can get him on the double play. He doesn't run well. On the other hand, he has smashed 32 home runs, and he has 99 runs batted in. Leadoff man is on, and a ground ball to Ozzie. Backhand stop and throw. Out over to first. Double play. You should have seen it. What a play by Mr. Smith.
Only the way Ozzie and Tommy can turn it. No one else in this league would have turned that deep into the hole. Ozzie has that capability of not only backhanding the ball, but going down. Very low backhanding the ball, then springing up to make the throw all in the same motion.
And a strong throw to give Herr time to turn it.
And that's exactly what Tommy did with the runner bearing down right on top of him. Hernandez, he completed the DP.
The batter is Darryl Strawberry. He had a first-inning single. Now the Mets have left 4 and hit into a double play as Strawberry takes a pitch at the knee. Strike call. Cardinals in their 3rd inning will have the top of the order up. And the pitch. Fastball, strike call. Nail the outside corner. Strike 2.
Well, that double play will do a world of confidence for the pitcher, won't it? You can see it in the first 2 deliveries by Cox to Strawberry.
They play deep to the right, and the pitch is inside. Strawberry has hit 28 all runs. And, folks, he's just beginning his big league career. Swinging a high bouncer off the plate. Ozzie charges it, gets it, and throws it. Out! The inning's over. Ozzie Smith came charging in. Not much gets by him, and he threw him out. This Cardinal ball club has little hands going for it now, Mike.
A little spark. I tell you, the double play is what did it. That's their game. It's defense and speed, and it was apparent in that inning, and maybe that'll rub them up a little bit. They sure looked perky as they were bouncing around and zipping off the field.
In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, a double play, nobody left. Yeah, the Cards are all jitted up. Going to the bottom of the 3rd, we're tied 1-1.
Well, as Rick Aguilera goes back to the hill, he'll have the top of that Cardinal lineup to face here in the 3rd inning. And these Redbirds need to get untracked offensively. They've been struggling of late. That last inning was a good one for them defensively. Let's see if they can get it going here with Coleman, who singled his first time to the platter tonight to start it off.
Saturday, October 12th, marks the 10th anniversary of the Missouri Chili Cook-Off. You want to be a part of it by registering to cook or join the Half Barrel Club or come down to Monsanto on Olive Street Road west of Lindbergh and sample all kinds of chili. Sponsored by Budweiser, Chili Man Chili, Commerce Bank Invest. Proceeds benefit the National Kidney Foundation. For more info, call 863-5858. Coleman got a single up the middle his first time. And he leads it off in the Cardinal 3rd. Score is tied 1-1. New York is out-hit St. Louis 6-2. Here's the pitch to Vince. Swing and a bouncer to the right side. Hernandez gets it, gives it, out at first. Aguilera got over there well and took the throw. Boy, that Hernandez can play first base, Mike. He may be the best first baseman to ever play the game.
Well, I'll tell you, you won't get much argument.
Willie McGee.
There's nothing that he can't do defensively. Not a thing.
Here's Willie McGee. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time. Aguilera taking care of himself out there. He has a record of 10-6. Entrusted with this very important game by his manager, Dave Johnson. Willie McGee batting left-handed. The right-hander pitches. Breaking ball low. Carter, a very efficient catcher. They have Johnson at 3rd, Santana at short, Backman at 2nd, Hernandez at 1st, with Foster, Wilson, and Strawberry in the outfield. Down and in ball 2 to Willie McGee. Herr will bat next.
This ought to be an interesting pitch here, 2-0. Let's see if he challenges the Cardinal.
It's low, ball 3. Aguilera has walked 1. He gave a pass to Porter in the 2nd. Cardinals have never been ahead in this series. The Mets scored a run in the 1st tonight, and the Cardinals tied in the 2nd and are batting in the 3rd. 1 out and a strike. 3-1.
When it really came to bat in the 1st inning, it was the 600th time that he's done that this season.
He waits for a 3-1 offering. Willie McGee swings, fouls at 3-2. Souvenir for a fan who said I was at that big game that the Cardinals played against the Mets on October 3rd. McGee hit a foul ball, and I reached up and made a bare hand grab of a line drive. Aguilera rubs up a new baseball. He allowed a single in the 1st, a single and a walk. in the second, but he made a wild pitch that hurt him. Cardinals have faced some pretty good pitching in this series. Here it comes to McGee. Swinging in a ground ball foul about 5 feet outside of third base. And the count stays 3-2. Opening night here Tuesday in this series was Darling and then Orozco, and last night Gooden all the way. Tonight Aguilera. The Mets go home and pitch Hernandez, Darling, and Gooden against Montreal in New York. There's a fly ball into left down the line. It is a foul ball by a narrow margin. Willie may have chased ball 4, but it was too close to take, and he missed a double by about a foot in left field. And the count stays 3-2. Well, maybe he'll try to come inside on McGee now, and Willie will turn on it. Let's see what happens. He's batting .353 at the moment, 0 for 1 in this game. And another to the Cardinals center fielder is on the way. Swinging and a bouncer to third. Johnson gets it and throws. He's out. 2 out. A one hopper to the third baseman.
Second baseman, Tom Herr.
So McGee whistled one foul past third, hit one foul into left, then bounced to the third baseman to bring up Herr. Herr bats with the bases empty and tries to get on ahead of Jack Clark. He's on deck. Herr grounded out his first time. Aguilera on his way to an easy inning. Ball 1. He missed with a breaking ball. Outfield around to the right. Flying deep to try to cut down on the extra base hit. Herr has hit 8 home runs. Ball 2 inside. First year in the big leagues for this pitcher. Tomorrow night, the Cubs work Dennis Eckersley, 11-6. He'll be a handful against Bob Forsch, 8-6. 7:35 game, 7:20 dugout. No matter how this one turns out, it will be an important game. Tommy Herr took a strike. 2-1. Coleman grounded out. McGee grounded out. We're tied 1-1. And we're in the bottom of the third. The pitch to Herr is coming. And it misses inside. Ball 3, a borderline pitch. 3-1. Well, it's one thing to have Jack Clark in the lineup, but you got to get some production out of him. He started last night, took the collar, was robbed of a hit, and he is 0 for 1 in this game. He waits to see what Herr does. And with a 3-1 count, Tommy Herr walks. It's the second pass by the New York pitcher. And it does bring up Clark. How many times have we said during the course of the baseball season? A walk and a home run. What a combination that is. Oh, he got the walk.
Now you can get the easiest part of it, right?
Oh, he takes one pitch. Takes more than that to get the walk. Clark has hit 22 of them. That's the number he wears on his uniform. The outfield deep and a bit to the right. They give him left center. Well, now Wilson is straightening up, so they're absolutely straight away. Foster, Wilson, and Strawberry. They're really spread out. Johnson, the third baseman, deep behind the base. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Did I see him flinch after missing that ball, Mike?
I did. I was watching the replay, Jack. I couldn't tell.
Aguilera gets ahead on the count. Checks the runner. And the pitch. Swinging and a line drive. Base hit to left. Herr goes to second, and Van Slyke comes up. That ball was between the infielders before you could blink your eye.
He didn't flinch on that swing.
Right fielder
Andy Van Slyke lined out to very deep center field his first time. He's up with 2 on, 2 out. And this sort of game, Mike, this is when you need those clutch hits, those 2-out hits.
Well, we've seen that 2-out walk a number of times come back and haunt someone. I'll say one thing for Van Slyke. He's been swinging the bat with as much authority as anyone on this Cardinal club in this series.
Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Herr at second, Clark at first, 2 out. Cardinals trying to get ahead for the first time in this series. We're tied 1-1 in the bottom of the third. The first pitch to Van Slyke. On the way. Strike call on a breaking ball. Caught the outside part. Cardinals have left 2. Mets have left 4 and hit into a double play. And these Cardinal fans are begging for a hit from the young outfielder Van Slyke. The pitch is on the way. Inside. 1-1. On deck, it's Pendleton. But Van Slyke is the big guy. The standees are watching, and they're in the upper deck way out there in center field, and the bleachers are packed, and they're watching in the stadium club, and every seat is occupied. And Backman, the second baseman, is about 12 feet into the outfield, trying to cut down on the base hit that would drive in a run. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Ball in on him, and Van Slyke missed it. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, and now Van Slyke has to protect that platter. Shortstop playing near second base. There's hitting room through the hole on the left side. We need a little chinker. The Mets have had a few of those in the games to this point. Need a little pop fly that'll fall in, or a ringing blast to drive in a couple. Here comes the pitch, and a swing on a line drive foul into the seats.
Kansas City hasn't increased their lead. 3-0 over California. Another home run by Balboni. It's his 36th of the season. Came in the 4th. And Kansas City now leads 3-0 over California.
And that last pitch, Aguilera got to brig him all up and hung it a little bit, but Van Slyke out in front pulled the ball, and he's still in the hole. Pulled it foul. He's still in the hole. 1-2. Swing and a ground ball to first. That'll end the inning. Hernandez has it and steps on the base. Cardinals have left 4. And the timely hitting still isn't there for the Cardinals. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a base hit by Clark. And 2 men left. After 3, we're tied 1-1.
George Foster will lead it off here in the 4th. It's a 1-1 game. 1-6-0 for New York. 1-3-0 for the Redbirds. Foster grounded out his first time. They're deep and they play him straight away as Cox brings the first one in. It's over but low. Ball 1. Foster's been swinging a hot bat. His last 32 games, he's hit .316. On the year, .265. Cox fires. Fastball is a strike, 1-1. Big George has hit 21 homers this season. He's driven home 75. On a 1-1, Cox misses just low. Another good fastball. Howard Johnson and Rafael Santana to follow. 2-1 delivery. Swing and a long, high, lazy fly goes into left, and on the move, it's Coleman. He had to come a long way for it, and he made the catch. He took a step back, but then came in and made the grab on the run. Boston's retired. Heck of a play by Coleman. Big hello to Virgil Carr. He's in St. Mary's Hospital listening in tonight.
Third baseman
All the folks out at St. Dominic's High School in O'Fallon listening in. Maureen and Greg Worth are here tonight. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary and rooting for the Cards. Root harder. Here's Howard Johnson, the switch-hitting third baseman. He's hit 11 home runs this season and driven home 44. He fakes the bunt and takes a high fastball. Ball 1. Pendleton's even with the base at third. Clark cheats in a step or two at first. Everyone else straight away. Outfielders deep and straight away. Mets scored in the first, Cards in the second. Curve is a beauty. Strike call. Happy 49th anniversary to Gene and Margaret Hematite. Good Cardinal fans. 1-1 to Johnson, swinging a high, lazy fly, goes into right. That'll be easy for Van Slyke. 2 down. Each club has had runners in every inning. No one's gone down 1, 2, 3. Danny trying to do it. He has Santana left.
Shortstop, Rafael Santana.
Mets have put their leadoff man on twice in this game. Cardinals have had their leadoff man on once. Santana, the shortstop, has been hitting very well of late, over 300 in his last week or so. Fastball is a strike in at the knees. Rafael grounded to Tommy Herr's first time. Nobody on, 2 out, 4th inning, 1-1 game. Cox fires, swinging a ground ball, 1 hop to Pendleton. Easy play, and it's 1, 2, 3. The Mets go down in order for the first time this season. And that'll make the pitcher lead it off in the 5th. After 3.5, the Cardinals will send in Pendleton, Porter, and Smith. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it's New York 1 and the Cardinals 1. In that California at Kansas City game, 2 home runs have the Royals leading. 3-0 in the 4th, and Kansas City is still batting in the 4th inning. Balboni hit a solo homer, his 36th of the year. Roy White hit one in the first, a 2-run shot, his 22nd. It's Sutton against Jackson. Cleveland, Oakland, Minnesota, and Texas have the day off. Seattle's at Chicago. And the White Sox lead. 3-2 there in the 6th inning. Oh, and a home run, his 6th of the season. Ricky Henderson has hit a home run for the Yankees, and they lead over Milwaukee 1-0. They're in the 7th. Toronto's at Detroit, and the Tigers lead 2-0 in the 9th inning. Terrell all the way for the Tigers. Boston beat Baltimore in the first of 2, 6-2. In the second game, Orioles lead 3-1. They're in the 5th. Terry Pendleton leads it off here in the Redbird 4th inning. He singled, came in to score in the 2nd. First pitch by Aguilera is over but low, ball 1. They played Terry to hit into left. That's where he got his single when he batted for the first time tonight. The right-hander brings it in, and it's way outside. 2-0. Cubs beat Pittsburgh today, 13-5. San Diego over Cincinnati, 9-4. Houston over the Giants, 7-2. And Montreal is leading Philadelphia. Philadelphia is leading Montreal 8-7 in the 8th inning. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Big hop for Santana, and his throw is on the mark. Terry, the first out here in the 4th inning. That Philadelphia game, Mike Schmidt, a 3-run homer, his 33rd of the year. Fred Manrique hit his first as a big league. Phillies at an 8-run 3rd inning, and they lead 8-7 in the 8th. Atlanta's at Los Angeles tonight. Once again, congratulations to the Dodgers and Tommy Lasorda. They are the Western Division champs. That's the other baseball right up to date. Porter takes a change in at the knees. They're called strike one. Darrell walked back in the second. Bats with nobody on, one out here in the fourth. They play him to pull in their deep. Slider inside, 1-1. Todd Johnson way off the line. About 2 steps behind the bag at third. Second baseman, Wally Backman, is 20 feet into the outfield. Here's the pitch. Inside again. I mean, he's a good 20 feet into the outfield. And Keith is very deep over at first. Porter is being played like a dead pull hitter. 23 of his 50 hits this season have gone for extra bases. 10 of those have been home runs. On a 2-1, Porter takes a strike. Good let-up curve at the knees, 2-2. Cardinal catcher came in batting .215 with 36 RBIs to go along with those 10 homers. The 2-2 delivery. Fastball low. Full count. One game, fourth inning action. Cards have been out hit 6-3. An airless contest. Payoff pitch to Porter. Swinging a foul past first. Nick Leva coaching over there. Well, the Detroit Tigers halt the Toronto Blue Jays magic number. It's still at 2. There was a 2-0 win. The Tigers over the Blue Jays. So the Yankees, winning 1-0, are still alive. Another 3-2 from Rick Aguilera to Darrell Porter. He walked him. Fastball missed inside. A 1-out walk. It's the second time that Porter's been issued a pass, and it's the third given by the rookie right-hander.
Shortstop, Ozzie Smith.
For the Mets tonight. We owe you a station break. Let's take it now. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
This is WTAY-FM Stereo in Robinson, Illinois.
They're playing Ozzie to pull in the outfield. Same on the infield, and they look for the double play ball. The pitch, a fastball at the letters, are called strike one. Ozzie grounded out to drive home Pendleton in the second. The RBI was his 52nd of the season. Redbird shortstop in the last 25 games is hitting .333. He's been the hottest of all hitters. Pitch is low. And it's 1-1. Danny Cox waits on deck. Another full house here at Busch Stadium tonight. Hernandez holds against Porter as the pitch comes into Ozzie. Fastball again, a strike over the outside corner. Aguilera, while walking 3, has struck out no one tonight. In fact, there hasn't been a strikeout in this game. To the belt, the right-hander. Now to Ozzie. Swing and a ground ball to the second baseman by him and into right field. Porter stops at second. That'll be a base hit. 2 on, 1 out for Danny Cox. The ball stayed down, and Wally Backman couldn't get it.
Pitcher, Danny Cox.
Now Hal Lanier, the Cardinal third base coach, walks down to the home plate area and he talks it over with Danny. The Mets will be looking for the sacrifice. Porter's at second. Ozzie at first. 1 out, 4th inning, 1-1 tie. Cox grounded to the second baseman his first time. He bats from the right side. Chokes it just a bit. He's set. Here's the pitch. He's going to bunt. He does. It's foul.
Keith Hernandez charging in very, very hard from first base. He's a left-handed throwing first baseman. You could bunt the ball back to the pitcher on a direct line, and he'd make a play on you and got the force out at third. You love this play, don't you, Mike?
Swing and knock Keith down as he charges in. From the belt, the right-hander checks and pitches. Breaking ball is a strike inside corner, and Danny was not bunting. 0-2. Now Hal Lanier calls time, and he wants to give Danny Cox some more sign. Danny walked back in without getting a sign. It's 0-2. They're still looking for the bunt. From the belt, the right-hander works. Now pitches. Danny's going to bunt. He does. It's a beauty right out in front of the plate, and the only play is to first. Both runners move up. Porter to third. Ozzie to second. They win 1-4 on the sacrifice. Vince Coleman, the Redbird rookie, could put the Cardinals on top for the first time in this 3-game series. A one-out walk to Porter, a single by Ozzie, a sacrifice by Danny Cox has runners at second and third, 2 down. Willie McGee next. Coleman tonight has singled up the middle, and he's grounded to the first baseman with the pitcher covering. He's driven home 37 runs. Aguilera is going to work from the stretch. He's there now and pitches. Strike over the outside corner. Good sinking fastball. Strike 1. Third baseman Howard Johnson in front of the bag. Off the line. Hernandez is a step and a half behind the bag over at first. Shortstop and the second baseman are straight away. The 0-1 delivery. Headed home. Swinging a pop-up foul. It's going to go out of play and into the seats over the New York dugout. Souvenir time. 0-2 the count. Well, will the rookie make a mistake on 0-2? He hasn't made many tonight. 4th inning action. Mets scored in the first. Cards tied it in the second. We're 2 on, 2 out. 0-2 the count here in the 4th with Vince Coleman digging in from the left side. Here's the pitch. Way outside, a wasted fastball. Hernandez has dropped deep behind the bag at third now. Howard Johnson, at first. Howard Johnson at third. Stays even with the bag, now drops back behind it a couple of steps, and he's off the line. We've seen Vince send it over that third base bag before. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul out of play again off to the left. Big gap in right center. The clutch hits have been hard to come by in this series.
Cardinals have never been ahead. They left 2 men on in the third. Left a runner on in the first and a runner in the second. Needs a 2-out hit.
They haven't been ahead for 23 innings. We're in the 4th of this one. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch to Coleman. Swing and a little foul out of play again. Off to the left and into the seats. Cardinals lost 1-0 in 11 innings on Tuesday. Mets won it last night 5-2 with the tying run at the plate. We're 1-1 here in the 4th. Mets have out-hit the Redbirds 6-4. Vince has one of those 4 Cardinal hits. He gets one here, the Cards will be on top. Here's the next delivery. Swing and a base hit to left. Porter scores. Here comes Ozzie. The throw too late. It's 3-1 Redbirds. Listen to the crowd. have gone bonkers. The first big key hit in this series by the Cardinals comes from Vince Coleman, the rookie left field. He puts the Redbirds on top 3-1. He has a big lead. McGee stands in. Aguilera checks, kicks, pitches. The runner goes, swinging a foul past first. The Mets get their bullpen busy. Cardinals now have 5 base hits, but more importantly lead 3-1. McGee is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Coleman starts, stops, comes back, swinging a foul.
The Mets are warming up. Gardner, a right-hander, and Neiman, a left-hander. Wes Gardner, Randy Neiman. Coleman should have been on second base, Mike. He stopped at first, and Foster's throw came all the way through to the plate.
He has stolen 109 this season. McGee's in the hole, 0-2. They might pitch out here. Check on the runner. If he's not running, the pitch out is foiled. Nothing doing. They may pitch out again. Crowd loves it. It's Herr waiting next. A walk to Porter, a base hit by Ozzie Smith, a big sacrifice with a 2-strike count on Danny Cox as he moved both runners up. And then Vince Coleman got the big base hit into left to put the Cardinals on top for the first time in this 3-game series. It's 3-1. McGee waits. Check. Fastball, swinging a ground ball. Great diving stop by the second baseman. He throws and gets McGee at first. What a play by Howard Johnson. He made a dazzling play as he dived to his left, scrambled to his feet, and threw out Willie McGee. But the Cards score 2 runs on 2 base hits. They leave a man. They've stranded 5. And after 4, it's the Cardinals 3, the New York Mets 1. They're here from Centralia, Illinois. Kerry Parkinson celebrating birthday number 26. And the pitcher, Rick Aguilera, will lead it off for New York here in the 5th inning. 1-6-0 for the Mets, 3-5-0 for the Cards. Rick Aguilera, singled into right, his first time up. He's batting .286. Fastball to him is a beauty. In at the knees on the outside corner. Here's the next from the Card right-hander, Danny Cox. Fastball, swing and a miss. 0-2. Mr. Cox is going out there pumping. They play the pitcher who bats right-handed to hit into the opposite field, give him left center. Let's see if the Cards, leading for the first time in this series, can hang on. A breaking ball way outside, wasted by Dan. 1-2.
There's a real champion at work in Kansas City, George Brett. He just hit his 28th home run in the 5th inning. Kansas City leads California 4-0. They are tied in the West.
Here's a swing and a little tapper to the third baseman. Pendleton charges to his left, grubs and throws. 1 down. Mookie Wilson takes a long time before he walks in there to give the pitcher a chance to go back. Catch your breath. Mookie tonight has singled and scored. He's flied to right. For all practical purposes, Danny Cox could have a shutout tonight. The call did not go the Cardinals' way in the first inning. Danny pitched out of it. After giving up 4 hits, he allowed only 1 run. Stranded the bases loaded. Wilson's a switch hitter, and from the left side, he takes a strike. Cox is just rearing back and letting it loose now. He retired the pitcher. Now Wilson swings and lines it foul. Past the third base bag and down towards the New York bullpen, and he's quickly in the hole with a 2-strike count. 5th inning action. Redbirds came in to this game tonight leading New York by 1 full game. With a magic number of 4. A win would knock it all the way down to 2 with 3 games to go. Swinging a line drive, base hit on an 0-2 pitch into left field off the bat of Mookie Wilson, his second hit of the night. Got a fastball up, and Wilson drilled it into left.
Second baseman, Wally Backman.
Cardinals have turned one double play tonight. Wally Backman's 0 for 2. He's grounded to the shortstop and to the second baseman. He's a left-handed hitter. Cox checks and pitches. Fastball low. Pendleton's in front of the base at third. Ozzie cheats in. So does Tommy at double play depth. Clark holds the runner Wilson. Mookie has stolen 24 bases this season. Throw to first. He's back safely. The bullpen is going to get busy for the Cards. Rick Carton's up and throwing. No action on the New York side. Danny pauses, and from the belt now pitches. Fastball is a strike. It caught the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Keith Hernandez, who's 2 for 2, waits on deck. Here's the pitch. The runner goes. A bunt down the third base line. Pendleton gloves, throws. He's out. The runner, Wilson, goes to third. Good base running by Mookie as he went from first to third on the bunt. They give him no sacrifice. 5-3 on the play. Good play by Pendleton. The foot. And now with a man at third, Keith Hernandez walks in. He's the tying run. 2 down. Hernandez singled the run home in the first. Single was erased on a double play in the third. Carter is next. Danny will work from the stretch. He's there now. Kicks and pitches. Fastball, a strike over the outside corner. It tailed in at the knees. Strike 1. Hernandez has scored 85 runs. He's accumulated 176 hits, 10 of them homers, 88 RBIs. He digs in now. Cox brings it home. Outside, it just missed. 1-1. Wilson's at third with 2 down. Infielders are back. Straight away, outfield the same. Keith started the night batting .300. He's at .302 as he takes another strike over the outside corner. Good fastball at the knee. Another sign flashed by Porter. Hernandez touched the bat on the plate. He's set. So is Cox. Here's the next delivery. Nope, instead he steps off. Wants a new sign. Porter obliges. From the belt, here it is. Hernandez swinging a ground ball. Base hit past first into the right field corner. That scores Wilson. It's 3-2. And Hernandez digs for second. He's going to stop there. The third hit of the night for Keith Hernandez, an RBI double, puts the tying run down at second base and brings the dangerous Gary Carter to the platter. So Hernandez has 3 of the 8 New York hits. Carter has 1 of them. He's singled. He's hit into a double play. On the season, he's hit 32 home runs, and he has 99 RBIs. The pitch. Swinging a little fly ball into right center. That's trouble on the run. Van Slyke. He has it. Good running play by Van Slyke takes care of Carter. And the Cards hold the lead. The Mets score a run on 2 hits. 1 left. They've stranded 5. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals still lead New York. It's 3-2. into the 5th. The Redbirds here will have Herr, Clark, and Van Slyke. See if they can grab a couple of more. Vince Coleman has the big hit in this game. A two-run single in the 4th. And that put the Cards on top for the first time in this series. After losing in 11 innings, 1-0 on Darryl Strawberry's home run. Gooden beat the Redbirds last night 5-2 in regulation. And here tonight, the Mets jumped on top, scored a run in the 1st. Cards tied it in the 2nd. Redbirds. But that 2-run single by Coleman in the 4th led 3-1. Mets have scored a run on the top of this 5th. It's a 3-2 game as Herr leads it off against Rick Aguilera. Fastball low, ball 1. Clark is next. This youngster's from San Gabriel, California. Big kid at 6'5", 195. They play Tom to pull, and they're deep. Cardinals second baseman is grounded out tonight, and he's walked. Another breaking ball inside, 2-0. Johnson, just about even with the base at 3rd. Is headed into Herr. Inside again, ball 3. Bullpen starts to stir. The telephone rings down on the Mets side. And they're going to go to work again. Rick Aguilera goes to the windup. His 3-0 pitch. In at the letters are called strike 1. Herr takes a little time before he gets back in. He's ready now. So is the right-hander. The 3-1 offering. Swing and a shot. Foul past first. Woo! He blistered that one. Full count. Tom Gorman, a left-hander, starts to throw for the Mets. 5th inning action, 3-2 Cards. That's about hit the Redbirds, 8-5. No errors in this game. 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Herr strikes out for the first strikeout tonight, and he went down on a bad delivery. On, 1 out, 5th inning, 3-2 game. Cards lead. This has the makings of another nail-biter. Clark takes another delivery outside, 2-0, a slider. He wouldn't try to challenge the big Cardinal first baseman on 2-0 now, would he? Let's see. Jack digs in. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Slider, strike at the knees. Good pitch.
He threw a 3-2 changeup to Herr and a 2-0 slider to Clark.
That's a good indication of being a big league hurler. Rick Aguilera, 10-game winner with a 2-1 pitch. Changeup, a beauty. Strike, 2-2. They're listening down in St. Petersburg in the Tampa area. Good friend of Henry Gonzalez is here tonight. Stan the Man Musial rooting for the Cards.
And Jack Lake is here, and Hubert Mizell from the St. Petersburg newspaper.
2-2 pitch. Clark swinging a line drive, base hit over the shortstop's head into left center. Foster cuts it off, now boots it, and Clark's going to go to second. It'll be a single and an error. Single, E7.
Right fielder Andy Van Slyke.
Bob Schick also here covering this series in the St. Pete area. Well, there's a miscue, the first of the night by Foster. He tried to block that ball. He did block it, but it rolled far enough away that Clark scooted into second. And Slyke waits. Second hit of the night for Jack, the 6 for the Cards. They're deep for Andy Van Slyke. Cardinal right fielder is lined to center, deep, grounded to first. Here's the pitch to him. Fastball, a strike over the outside corner. It was a slider. Strike one. Kid has a sharp breaking slider. It's not a big breaking slider, but it wrinkles just enough. Jack has a short lead off of second base. With 1 out, an 0-1 pitch is coming to Andy Van Slyke. Swinging a pop-up into left. The changeup got him. Foster has a beat on it and takes it in for out number 2. It's up to Pendleton. This rookie has represented himself rather well. Rick Aguilera, giving the Redbirds 3 runs on 6 hits. Long look as Carter flashes the sign. Pendleton has a hit tonight. He's singled. In the second, grounded out his last time up and takes a fastball over the inside corner. Strike call. Pendleton has driven home 69 runs this season. Number 70, Jack Clark, is sitting out at second base for him. Tomorrow it's Dennis Eckersley against Bob Busch. Dugout time is 7:20. Eckersley is 11-6. Busch is 8-6. They call a ball on Aguilera as he goes to his mouth. Moistened his fingers, so it's a 1-1 count. Gap in right center as Aguilera stretches and checks Clark at second. Now delivers. Swinging a pop-up into center. Wilson will handle this, and it will take care of the Cards in the 5th. He has it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. The Cardinals have stranded runners in every inning. They've left 6. But after 5, the Cardinals lead the New York Mets 3-2.
The Cardinals carry a 3-2 lead into the 6th inning. We're going to pause for identification after we say hello to the residents of the Good Samaritan Home in Quincy, Illinois. Senior citizens who, I'm told, are glued to their radios each night rooting for the Redbirds. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
You're at WTAY-FM Stereo in Robinson, Illinois.
Darryl Strawberry.
These Mets keep coming after you with a lot of good hitters. Darryl Strawberry leads off in the 6th and takes a strike over the outside corner from Danny Cox. Strawberry singled in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd. We're in the 6th inning. There are 12 tough outs to get. Cards lead 3-2. They've been out hit 8-6. Strawberry swings and misses the changeup. And that's strike 2. This fellow has hit 28 home runs. Number 28 came Tuesday night here. Cox with a 2-strike count on the leadoff hitter. Pitches and a changeup goes high outside. 1-2. Standing room only here at the park. 47,000 paid, 50,000 total. Here's the pitch from Cox. Changeup, strike. Oh. Struck him out with a changeup over the outside corner, and Strawberry couldn't pull the trigger. 1 out. 11 tough outs to get. Here's George Foster. Homered here last night and has 21. He's reached on a fielder's choice, flied out to left. He's made the game's only error, but it didn't hurt. Cardinals have left 6. The Mets have left 5 and hit into a double play. Here's the first one from Cox to Foster. Strike call and a fastball. Danny Cox with his record of 17-9 trying to beat New York for the first time this year. He pitches. Swing and a miss on a ball up and in. Strike 2. Cardinals leading New York by 1 game, and everybody's aware of the importance of this one. If the Cardinals win, they'll be 2 ahead with 3 to play. The magic number will be 2. Cubs come here for 3. The Mets go home and play 3 against Montreal. On a 2-strike count, the pitch just missed low outside. Pendleton deep behind the base at third. Outfielders deep around to the left for Foster. He's liable to pole one at any time. 21 homers, 75 runs batted in. The pitch to him is coming. Swing and a miss on a ball low outside and in the dirt, and Porter tags him 2 out. Cox has waited until the 6th inning to get a strikeout. And he's now fanned 2 in a row, Strawberry and Foster. And Howard Johnson comes up. He's another home run threat. He has hit 11. And hit a grand slam home run against the Cardinals in New York not too many days ago. In this game, he is bounced into a force out at third and flied to right. He takes a strike called from Cox. The Mets warm up a pitcher in their bullpen in case they get something going and have to bat for the pitcher. Johnson on a changeup fouls at strike 2, and Cox is in a spot to strike out the side. Roger McDowell, their right-handed ace in the bullpen, warms up for New York. 0-2 the count to Howard Johnson. He played in the series last year for the Tigers, the winning Tigers. Here's the pitch. Outside. No excitement left in the National League West. The Dodgers have won it. They're playing Atlanta tonight, and nothing yet on that one. Cox brings in another, and Howard Johnson takes a changeup low. The Cubs beat the Pirates 13-5. San Diego over Cincinnati 9-4. Houston 7, Giants 2. Phillies won at Montreal 8-7. Open and a game Atlanta at Los Angeles. There are some open dates in the American League for 4 teams. Johnson corks it into right. Van Slyke on the run. He can't get it. It bounces off the wall to Handy. Johnson goes for second, and he makes it with 2 men out. The tag play was close at second base, but the Mets, who have 9 hits, now have the tying run at second base, 2 out, and the pesky Santana coming up. The number 8 hitter, batting .263, and a lot of the hits have come at the expense of the Cardinals. He's grounded out twice in this game. Howard Johnson doubles with 2 out. He's the tying run. Santana, the batter, the pitcher next. And there they go in the Cardinal bullpen. And Rick Horton warms up. A battle here between Cox and Santana. Santana will try to tie it with a base hit. Cox will try to get him out and keep his 3-2 lead. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the low outside corner. The Mets have stranded 5 in the game and hit into a double play. They've out-hit the Cardinals 9-6 and trail by a run. Swing and a miss and a changeup. Strike 2. Again, Cox is in a spot to strike out the side. A 2-out double set up this New York threat. Johnson leads off second. The 0-2 pitch coming. Santana strikes out. A low and away breaking ball, and he struck him out, and the Cardinals still lead. Cox did indeed strike out the side, and those were his first 3 strikeouts in the game. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. 9 difficult outs for the Cardinals to obtain now. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be the bottom 3, Porter, Smith, and Cox for St. Louis. The score, Cardinals 3, Mets 2.
Well, Rick Aguilera has hung in there, and he'll work to the Redbirds here in the 6th inning. You'll have the latter part of the lineup, Porter, Smith, and Danny Cox, the Redbird hurler. Big hello to Patricia Gang, 90 years old, out and about for the past 60 years. She's been rooting for the Redbirds. Root hard. Darrell Porter will lead it off. He's been on base twice tonight. He's walked him both times. Porter, Smith, and the pitcher Cox. The activity ceases in both bullpens.
Cardinals have been out hit 9-6, lead 3-2. A run driven in by Ozzie Smith and 2 driven in with 2 out in the 4th by Vince Coleman. Cox and the Cards are trying to make it stand up. The outfield deep to the right as Porter leads off in the home half of the 6th, and the pitcher misses low, ball 1. They're tuned in Galesburg, Illinois on WGIL. Here's the pitch coming. Porter took a strike at the knees. Cubs here tomorrow night. Tough pitcher Mike Eckersley. He's back on 11-6.
Yeah, he's as tough as anybody they've had this year with the injuries they've had to their pitching staff against the Cardinals. Eckersley can be very tough.
Bob Force for the Cardinals. Strike called in at the knees, and Porter's in the hole.
There's been a lot of importance put on this series, and rightly so, but there's still a lot of baseball to be played. I want to tell you, a lot by both teams.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Porter leading off. He has walked twice, scored a run. Cardinals have had some awesome late inning figures. For example, when they lead after 6 innings, they have a record of 75-3. And they'll be ahead going into the 7th. At the moment, the score is 3-2. Aguilera, the right-hander, pitches. Fastball inside. When the Cardinals lead after 7 innings, they have a record of 79-1. And when they lead after 8 innings this year, they have a record of 81-0. Unbelievable. 2-2 to Porter.
I'll take a lot more runs, though.
2-2 pitch. Ooh, it just missed, ball 3.
Wouldn't you feel a little more comfortable if we had about a 6 or 7-2 lead?
Cardinals have left 6. They've had men on base in every inning. Porter waits for a 3-2 count. And the New York Met right-hander brings it to him. Swing and a miss on a 3-2 breaking ball. He struck him out and gets his 2nd strikeout.
Oh, you've got to take your hat off to both these young pitchers here tonight. Aguilera has pitched well. What's that?
And to the catcher, Carter.
Yeah, he hasn't allowed the kid to give in. He's called those off-speed deliveries when the youngster is falling behind, and he's shown the ability to get it in there.
Ozzie Smith is up. He'd like to get on and have Cox bunt him over. Smith has driven in a run with an infield out, singled and scored. He was going to bunt and took ball 1 inside. New York infielder sprung into action as Ozzie shortened up on the bat. 3-2 St. Louis in the bottom of the 6th. Ozzie takes a strike. He's batting .275. Mets scored a run in the 1st. Cardinals tied it in the 2nd, took the lead in the 4th. The Mets got their 2nd run in the 5th inning. Change up, base hit to right. Ozzie on an off-speed pitch picks up the 7th Cardinal hit, his 2nd, and it does give Cox a chance to bunt him over.
Boy, that Ozzie's really been something going down the stretch here. In the last 25 games, he's hit well over the 300 mark. In fact, 333 during those 25. And here tonight, he's driven home a run with a ground ball. He's singled and scored in the 4th, and he singles a very important hit here in the 6th inning because that gives Danny Cox a chance to sacrifice. Give the Cardinals a chance to score if he can do that. He sacrificed his last time up there, and it really paid off because Porter went to 3rd, Ozzie went to 2nd, and they both scored as Vince Coleman put the Cards on top for the first time in this series.
Smith on at 1st. He is a base-stealing threat. He has swiped 31. He's on at 1st with 1 out. Here's the pitch. He's going to bunt, and he misses it. Strike 1. Cox tried to bunt him over. Once again, the Cardinals have put men on base in every inning, including this 6th inning. Danny Cox has to go through that New York lineup again. We're only in the 6th. The pitch to Cox. He's going to bunt in the air, foul, strike 2.
Oh, Kid Aguilera turned that one loose, didn't he, Jack? That's his best fastball of the night. He knows a little bit about pitching, this kid.
Keith Hernandez constantly comes in and talks to these pitchers. He is quite an influence on that New York infield. He's taken over the leadership role with the Mets. Let's see if Cox is still bunting with a 2-strike count. Let's see if Ozzie is inclined to run.
A good place to pitch out.
No balls, 2 strikes the count. Here's a throw to first. That's probably what Hernandez said. Throw the ball over there.
And then pitch out.
Strike 2 on Cox. He is grounded out, sacrificed. He's had 12 hits this year. Another throw to first. Ozzie, who singled with 1 out, takes his lead. The pitch. And they call a balk. They call a balk. Yep. And they send Ozzie down to second. Here comes Dave Johnson out to argue. And the manager is not allowed to argue about a balk. We'll see what Ed Montague does about it. That's what it was, a balk, and Smith goes to second base. Manager Dave Johnson does conduct a discussion at home plate. Smith's at second with 1 out. No pitch to Cox, and the count stays 0-2. Now there's a run if either Cox or Coleman can drive him home. Cox has driven in 6 runs this year. Ozzie on at second base, 1 out. The shortstop will keep him close. The New York hurler will be striving for the strikeout. Cardinals lead 3-2, bottom of the 6th. Runner at second, 1 out. Aguilera pitches. Struck him out on a low breaking ball. Cox goes down on strikes, the 3rd strikeout victim, and it's up to Coleman with 2 out. We'll see if the Cardinals can cash in on that balk call. A big hand for Coleman. Vince Coleman singled his first time up, grounded out, and singled with runners out at second and third and 2 out in the 4th inning. That's the difference in the game right now. He has driven in 39 runs for the year. And they play him to hit to left. Switch hitter, batting left-handed against the Met right-hander. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt, ball 1. McGee on deck. Cardinals would like to give Danny Cox, their pitcher, a little more breathing room by chasing Ozzie home from second base. 2 out. Now the Cardinals bullpen goes to work. And the pitcher steps off for New York. Their pitcher, New York's pitcher, is due to lead off in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch to Coleman. Strike called. 1-1 as the kid got a breaking ball in there. The Cardinals are leading, but this youngster's pitched extremely well.
He really has. He's answered the bell, and I think that Davey Johnson has to be fairly satisfied with the youngster's performance tonight.
Vince Coleman at the plate. Swings and nubs it down to shortstop. He's going to beat it out, and Ozzie stays at third. An infield hit off the end of the bat. That's the 3rd hit of the night for Coleman, and the batter is the league's leading hitter, McGee.
Boy, this is what really puts pressure on the Cardinal opposition. First and third, great runners there. McGee at the plate, and they'll talk about what they're going to do. Will they just allow Coleman to steal second base? Will they throw through? Will they throw it to the shortstop coming in? Will they just throw it back to the pitcher? Will they directly throw it to third? There are numerous options off this particular play in the game of baseball. But right now, the pressure is on the New York Mets, and especially their infield.
McGee is 0 for 3. 10 home runs, 80 runs batted in. Hitting room through the right side. Mets made a good play on him the last time to take a hit away from McGee. First and third, 2 out. Here's the pitch to Willie. Swing and a hit to left, and a run is home. The Cardinals lead 4-2 as McGee got a fastball, probably because Coleman was at first base.
And he just simply slaps it into left field. What a big hit that is. Now, there's a chance for the double steal. Time called as Carter goes to the mound, and they'll try to get a pitcher heated quickly in the New York bullpen. Gorman, the left-hander, and Gardner, a right-hander, start to throw.
The Cardinals have driven in 3 of their 4 runs with 2 out in this game. Gardner, a left-hander, warming up along with McDowell, a right-hander. Now McDowell gave way to Gardner's the right-hander, and McDowell is sat down. They talk it over on the mound. Coleman stopped at second, McGee at first. The batter is Herr. Pitching coach Mel Stottlemyre talking to him. Carter aware of the fact the Cardinals may do some running. The hits are now even at 9 apiece. Cardinals lead 4-2. McGee picked a good moment to get his first hit of the night. And runners are on at first and second, 2 out. Ozzie started this with a 1-out single. Cox struck out after Ozzie had been balked down to second. Coleman got an infield hit, and McGee slapped it into left. Tommy Herr is the batter. He's 0 for 2 of the walk, and up there hitting left-handed. They struck him out on a changeup last time. The outfielders are straight away, and the Cardinals could really do themselves some more good right here if they can get another 2-out hit. It would have to come from Herr. The pitch. Swing and a long one into right center field. Way back at the fence. Wilson has it for the out. And Herr missed a 3-run homer by about 5 feet in right center, and the inning's over.
Well, you got to take your hat off to Mookie Wilson. He went a long way for that one, and Tommy hit it 400 feet away, pumped. I mean, he crushed it. This crowd is rubbed up and turned on. Danny Cox walks back to the hill. We'll get another barn burn.
Hey, and not every center fielder would have caught that ball.
That's correct. Good play.
Not every center fielder will have caught it. Now the Cardinals have left 8. And when Wilson caught the ball, Herr, who was halfway between first and second, jumped about 5 feet into the air in anguish. In the inning, a run for the Cardinals on 3 hits and 2 left, and Danny Cox goes back to the hill, even though Daly was warming up and continues to warm up in the bullpen. 9 tough outs to go after 6. The Cardinals lead 4-2.
Well, they're in the 9th now at Kansas City. The Royals lead the Angels 4-0.
Mets send up Len Dykstra, the outfielder, to bat for Rick Aguilera. To start the 7th inning with the Cardinals leading 4-2. 9 hits for each club. First pitch, Dykstra. Ball 1 high. Want to say hello to Father Jerry Brunell, St. Anthony's Hospital, tuning in. And Father John Dittmaber passes along his best as we do. And here comes another from Cox, and it's low, ball 2. Cardinal bullpen is busy. So is that of the Mets, who will need a new pitcher in the bottom of the 7th. Cox has to come to the pinch hitter now, Dykstra. He takes a strike. Dykstra is batting .259. He's a good runner. Cardinal infielders have shortened up. Well, Tommy Herr hit that line drive with the bases loaded in the 9th last night, and just was, here's a pitch high, ball 3. And just was robbed again on an excellent defensive play by Mookie Wilson. Cox has to challenge this hitter with a 3-1 count. He brings it in, and it's low. Dykstra never swung the bat. He walks. And around to the top of the batting order, Mookie Wilson.
Center fielder, Mookie Wilson.
Todd Worrell joins Ken Daly in the bullpen. And here comes Whitey Herzog. The walk issued by Cox is the first he has given tonight. And Herzog's walk is a slow one to the mound. Well, Toronto lost to Detroit tonight 2-0, and the Yankees beat Milwaukee 3-0. The lead for Toronto is only 3 games, and their magic number is still 2. The Cardinals are going to make a pitching change. Cardinals make a pitching change and bring in the left-hander, Ken Daly. Danny Cox leaves, can be the winner, cannot be the loser. He pitched 6 innings, gets a big hand. And the Cardinals go to their bullpen. Cox pitched 6 innings, gave 2 runs, 9 hits, struck out 3, walked 1, and gives way to Ken Daly. Daly most recently was in there when Strawberry tagged him for the home run in the 11th inning Tuesday night. And Daly comes into the game with a record of 4-4 and 11 saves. Todd Worrell continues to throw out in the Cardinal bullpen. He's a right-hander. New York will have a new pitcher in the bottom of the 7th inning. It will be Roger McDowell. What will the score be? The New York starter is through. Aguilera pitched 6 innings, gave 4 runs and 9 hits. He struck out 3, and he walked 3. Roger McDowell will be their new pitcher. The good pitching by the Mets in this series, Mike, allowed McDowell and Orozco, who had a steady diet of work,
really, there's been
to get some rest here.
Really, there's been good pitching on both ball clubs, Jack, and really fine play on both parts. You can't say that anyone hasn't played well in this series, even though the Mets have won the first 2 games. First game was a beauty. And then, of course, last night, the Cardinals had the tying run at the plate in the bottom of the 9th. We owe you a station break, and let's take it now before Ken Daly works to the leadoff man, Mookie Wilson. 4-2 Cards. 7th inning the action, and this is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
Good evening. You're listening to WTAY-FM Stereo in Robinson, Illinois.
Run driven in by Willie McGee not too many minutes ago looms large and forces the Mets to play it a little differently than they would if it was 3-2. It's 4-2 here in the 7th inning with the Cardinals on top, and the top of the order is up, and it's Mookie Wilson, switch hitter, batting right-handed. The first pitch from Daly is on the way, and it's low, ball 1. First walk given to the Mets, just given a moment ago to the pinch hitter Dykstra. Daly gets behind on Wilson. He's hit 5 home runs. The pitch, low inside, ball 2. And Jack Clark comes toward the mound, says something to the pitcher. Tying run at the plate for New York. The Cardinals have pulled off 1 double play here tonight. Wilson can run, tough to get on the twin killing. Here's another one from Daly on 2-0. Strike call.
Mookie has scored both of the New York runs tonight.
Singled and scored in the first, flied out to right in the second, singled and scored in the 5th. He's up there batting right-handed for the first time. Backman's on deck, and Hernandez, who already has 3 hits, is in the hole. Here's the pitch. Strike called at the knee. And Daly, who was behind on the count, catches up 2-2. Every pitch of great magnitude. Cardinals have to get 9 more outs. They lead 4-2 in the 7th. Pendleton, Smith, Herr, and Clark looking for the double play ball. Dykstra with a safe lead at first. Here's the pitch to Wilson. Swing and a foul out of play to the right.
Everything hangs on every pitch. Boy, it's unbelievable the amount of money that hangs on these pitches. Not only for the players that make it all the way into the series, but how about the 2 cities that are involved? Then you're talking about big millions of dollars, aren't you?
And a lot of bad bellies. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Wilson. Daly brings it. He swings it and fouls it back, and it stays 2-2 as he was going to go to right.
We're all right, though. The Tums company sent us a whole box the other day, didn't they?
I ate the box.
I'll tell you, these managers are the ones, Jack. You have to take your hat off to them. I don't know what they're making, but they sure earn it when they get into a series like this.
Cardinals leading 4-2, seventh inning. A leadoff walk. Dykstra on at first. Wilson at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes another pitch. On the way to Wilson. Swing and a foul back on a high fastball, and he sent it back to the screen and took a home run swing. He came out of his shoes after that one. Daly wants a different baseball and gets it from the plate umpire, Ed Montague. You'd hear some roar from this capacity crowd if Wilson obliges with a double play. Quite a few Met fans have made the trip for this series. 1 on and nobody out. Cardinals want the old wholesaler. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a high, hard one. 1 out in the inning. And they call back Wally Backman. And they send up Tom Paciorek. Ed Hernandez is really the general on this club, isn't he, Mike? He has something to say to everybody, and he's been around the game for a long time. You know, he has good advice. They gather around the mound and talk to Daly about the fashion in which they're going to pitch to Tom Paciorek, the longtime Dodger, just over here from the American League.
Paciorek has done a very fine job for this New York club. They picked him up for just this kind of action. He's a veteran. He's been around. He's been involved in situations like this before. And that kind of experience is hard to find. Welcome to New York. Paciorek has done a good job for them. He's hitting .286.
Wally Backman was less of a double play threat. Paciorek is more of a home run threat for New York since coming over. He's batting .286 with a 1 home run. As a pinch hitter for New York, he's had 3 out of 14. Dykstra on at first, 1 out here in the 7th inning. 4-2 Cardinals. Here's the pitch from Daly to Paciorek. Swing and a miss, strike 1. He went out after that one and missed it. Paciorek. Tom Paciorek. On deck, Hernandez. He's been trouble all night with 3 hits. But Daly has to worry about this batter. Clark holds against the runner. 4-2 Cardinals. Tying run at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Up and in, ball 1. The batter steps out, gets back in. He's called upon in a very meaningful spot by Dave Johnson, the manager of the Mets. Daly from the belt checks the runner, pitches. Outside, ball 2. He's behind on the count. Roger McDowell, who will come in the bottom of the 7th, still warming in the New York bullpen. What will the score be when he comes in? It's 4-2 now. Cardinals in the 7th. 1 on, 1 out. Daly behind on the count. 2 balls and a strike. Brings it home. Swinging a foul, trying to go to right. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bud Harrelson, the third base coach. Phil Robinson, the first base coach, clapping their hands. Kansas City beat California 4-1. Kansas City back in first place by 1 game in the American League West. That's where the Cardinals are at the moment. 1 game. Here is the pitch on the way. Paciorek took strike 3. He's called out. At the knees, 2 gone.
That was a dandy pitch. It just simply handcuffed Paciorek. He couldn't do a thing about it. Now it all comes down to Daly against Hernandez, and Keith has been the main cog in this New York wheel tonight. He singled, drove home a run in the first, singled again in the 3rd. He doubled and scored another man with an RBI in the 5th. Hernandez has been murder all night. He singled and drove in that run in the first. Single was erased in a double play in the 3rd, and double homer run with 2 out in the 5th inning. He's driven in both of their runs. Wilson scored both of their runs. A leadoff walk, but the runner Dykstra is still at first with 2 out. And the Cardinals still lead by 2. It's 4-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. They put the Kansas City score up, and the fans applaud that. Kansas City leads California by a game in the American League West, and Daly pitches 2. Keith Hernandez. It's on the way, and it's a foul. Strike 1.
Hernandez shot it off into the seats to the left. They play him a bit to the left. He has hit 10 home runs. Number 11 would tie it here. The on-deck hitter is Gary Carter. Worrell and Horton are in the Cardinal bullpen. Off the stretch is Daly, and he brings it in. Hernandez swings and grounds it fair past third. His 4th hit of the night, and a run may score. Coleman gets the ball in a big hurry and holds him to second and third. Hernandez gets his 4th hit of the night. He hit it fair by a foot inside third base, and he knocks out Ken Daly, and the Mets have the tying runs on at second and third, 2 up. He's something, Mike.
Well, I've no doubt about it, Jack. He's a key hitter. He's already established a new major league high when it comes to game-winning RBIs. Took that away from Harold Baines, who held it over in the American League. He had 22. Keith has already been credited with 24 game-winning RBIs this season. And that knocks out Daly as the Cardinals make another pitching change. They're going to bring in the right-hander, Todd Worrell.
First year in the big leagues. Has a record of 3-0 and 4 saves. He'll try to save it for Danny Cox. Daly got the 2 right-handed batters out, but then lost Hernandez. Ever since he's left us, Mike, we really haven't found a way to pitch him.
Well, there is a way to pitch him. You got to pitch some fastballs inside. You just got to keep pounding it in there. That was a fastball out over the plate, and he went that way. How many times have you seen him get base hits to the opposite field this season?
50.
Yeah, he just pounds it out that way. You throw it out over the plate. All you have to do is just keep pounding it in on him. Pound it, and pound it.
Worrell is warming up. A hard-throwing right-hander, and he faces an acid test in the person of Gary Carter, their number 4 hitter. He's 1 for 3 on the night. He's hit 32 home runs.
Big job for a rookie, Todd Worrell, into this action.
Worrell will take a couple of more warm-up tosses. Horton and Lottie warm up in the Cardinal bullpen. Third out, tough to come by here in the 7th. Cardinals leading 4-2 in a classic battle in what has been a classic series.
Worrell has a record of 3-0. He appears for the 16th time. He's also saved 4 ball games in 20 innings. He's allowed 14 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He's given up 2 home runs. He's walked 7, and he's struck out 15.
Worrell toes the pitching rubber. Carter pulls his shirt sleeve up over his shoulders, jams the helmet down on his head, and stands in. Infield back, 2 out. Outfield deep straight away. Tying runs at second and third. First pitch. Strike as he pounded one in there, and Carter took it. Worrell is a hard-throwing right-hander, and he gets ahead on the count. He's a fastball slider pitcher. Who's on deck? Darryl Strawberry. There's a base open, but Worrell wants to get Carter. The runner down the line at third. The pitch is made, and it misses outside by a narrow margin, 1-1. A leadoff walk to Dykstra. Cox left. Daly came in. He fanned Wilson. Struck out for short. Gave up the double to Hernandez, and here we are with Worrell pitching to Gary Carter. And the 1-1 pitch coming. Swing and a pop fly to the second baseman. Herr has it. The Cardinals are down to their last 6 outs that they have to get to go 2 games out in front. And now the Mets have left 8. Did I hear a bat crack?
You got it. I want to tell you, he gave him all the fastball that he was wanting. He simply jammed him, cut it off right in his hands, and got a little pop-up to the second baseman. Worrell is going to be some kind of a great reliever.
Let me give you that figure again. When the Cardinals lead after 7 innings this year, they won 79 and lost 1. In that New York 7th inning, no runs, 1 hit, a walk, 2 left. They've left 8 at 7th inning stretch time. And St. Louis leads New York by the score of 4-2.
Take over at the second base position, and Roger McDowell will be the pitcher. McDowell, the right-hander, will bat in the number 2 position. Gardner will bat 9th.
Leading off, first baseman, Jack Clark.
Gardner in at second base. And the new pitcher is Roger McDowell.
The pitcher, McDowell, is batting in the spot vacated by Backman. First up is Jack Clark. Gardner, their new second baseman, is batting ninth. And Clark leads it off in the bottom of the seventh inning. Ball one, up and in. McDowell will move you off the plate. He'll throw those pitches inside. Clark has had 2 hits, 2 for 3. Swing and a ground ball to second. Gardner just in there, has it, and throws him out. 1 gone. Clark hit it off the end of the bat. McDowell moved him back, and then Clark hit a breaking ball on the ground, and the batter is Van Slyke.
Right fielder, Andy Van Slyke.
McDowell, a youngster from Cincinnati, has a record of 6-5. He's registered 16 saves with his club. He's their second pitcher following Rick Aguilera. Van Slyke is at the plate. Ball one is outside and low. Van Slyke is 0 for 3. Hit one ball very deep. His first time up, and it was caught. Cardinals have been out hit by New York, 10-9. Here's the pitch. Strike call. That last inning demonstrated why the Cardinals, who lead by 2, would like to have more. The Mets will have Strawberry to lead it off in their 8th inning. They have one good hitter after another in the middle of their lineup. Van Slyke took a strike on the corner, and he's in the hole. 1-2. This plate umpire has been giving the outside corner to the pitchers all night, all of the pitchers, including Danny Cox, who worked the first 6 for the Cardinals. And Van Slyke is in the hole. Swing and a bouncing foul past first. Cardinals, to this point, have withstood the onslaught of Keith Hernandez, who is 4 for 4 on the night. And I want to tell you, on his last hit, that double, Vince Coleman in left field made an exquisite play to keep him there. And then Worrell got Carter to end the 7th inning.
And that base hit he got last night, Jack, evidently renewed his confidence. He's 3 for 4 tonight with a big 2-run single besides that defensive play.
The pitch to Van Slyke with 1 out. Swing and a fly ball into short center. Coming hard is Wilson. He's there. He wants it, and he has it for the second out. And Van Slyke's 0 for 4, and Pendleton comes up.
Third baseman, Terry Pendleton.
Terry Pendleton is the batter. He has singled and scored. He's grounded to short, and he's flied to center. Up there batting left-handed with Porter on deck. Roger McDowell has been a big part of the New York success this year. They've won 97 games. There's a bouncer to second. The Cardinals' 7th is quickly over. Gardner throws out Pendleton. McDowell sets him down in order. And we have played 7 innings. New York has 10 hits. The Cardinals 9. New York has made the only error, and it did not hurt them. Todd Worrell goes back to the mound for the Cardinals. And after 7, and with Strawberry, Foster, and Johnson coming up, the Cardinals lead 4-2.
Well, we have another nail-biter.
Darryl Strawberry.
It's going to go down to the wire. Well, look who's going to lead it off for New York here in the 8th. With the Cardinals leading 4-2, it will be Strawberry, Foster, and Johnson against Todd Worrell. The right-handed rookie relieved in the 7th. And with runners at second and third, he got Carter on a pop-out. He winds and fires. Strawberry takes a strike over the outside corner at the knee. Strawberry tonight has singled, grounded to short, and he's struck out. They're very deep and straight away. Here's the pitch. Fastball just missed inside. Strawberry doesn't vary his hitting style. He just simply goes up there pumping. If you make a mistake, he'll lose it. Here's the 1-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. He went after a sinker that time out of the strike zone. Big kid at 6'6", holds that bat right down on the end, and he can cover some plate with the big left-handed swing. Here's the pitch. Ooh, a fastball. It just missed inside, and the Cardinals did not get the call. It's 2-2. That was close. Very close. Worrell goes to the windup. The 2-2 delivery. Swinging a line drive left center. That's going to get down and go into the gap. It goes to the wall. McGee gets it off the wall, and Strawberry has a leadoff double. That'll bring in Foster, the tying run. The bullpen for the Cardinals gets busy. Jeff Lottie's up and throwing. He's joined also by Rick Hart. Redbirds have turned a double play tonight. Foster's a good guy to get on that DP, but you've got to get him to hit it on the ground. With Strawberry on second, Foster's the man the Redbirds need that double play from. Big George has grounded out, flying out, struck out. Homered here last night. Worrell checks and delivers. Up and in and back to the screen. A wild pitch goes off the glove of Porter. We'll have to wait to see if they scored a wild pitch or a pass ball.
After that leadoff double, Mike, and now the wild pitch, you almost just have to forget about that runner.
Right.
Get these batters.
Strawberry, who had doubled, goes over to third. Infielders stay back. Outfield is deep. Foster digs in. Worrell from the belt. Brings it home. Slider, up beauty. Strike called, 1-1. A double and a wild pitch puts Strawberry over at third. Nobody out. Eighth inning, 4-2. They give him a pass ball instead of a wild pitch on the previous play. On a 1-1, Foster takes the strike. A beauty over the outside corner. So it was a pass ball. On deck, the switch hitting Howard Johnson. Foster takes a little time before he gets back in. He's set now, deep in the box from the right side. Worrell's 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Slider outside, 2-2. Foster homered here. Last night it was his 21st of the season. The homers now will be tied. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. He struck him out to the fastball right bottom. The first strikeout for the rookie Worrell.
Third baseman Howard Johnson.
That brings in the switch hitter Howard Johnson. Todd Worrell is 6'5". He weighs 200 pounds. He's from Arcadia, California. And he's been a handful since coming to the Redbirds. 3-0 is his record with 4 saves. This would be the biggest one he'd ever slip into the save department. Howard Johnson has grounded out, flied out, and he's doubled. The pitch to him. Swinging a line drive, base hit into left. That scores Strawberry, and it's a 1-run game, 4-3. The 12th New York hit is an RBI single by Howard Johnson, his second hit of the night. The pass ball really hurt. Strawberry may not have scored on that line drive into left. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter. Danny Heat will come off the bench, and he'll bat for Santana. He represents the go-ahead run. What a game. What a series. What a year. It's going to go to the wire, including 3 big games with the Cubs that come in here tomorrow night with Dennis Eckersley, 11-6 against Bob Force, the Redbird right-hander, 8-6. Dugout time is 7:20. The play-by-play at 7:30. Here comes Whitey Herzog. We're going to have another pitching change. Heap has been announced, the left-handed batter. And so Whitey's going to go to the bullpen, and he's going to bring in the left-hander. The Cards make another pitching change. They bring in the left-hander, Rick Horton. Worrell goes 2/3 of an inning. He's touched for 1 run on 2 hits. He had 1 strikeout, no walks, and it's up to Rick Horton. They'll counter with Ray Knight. Keith is called back. Boy, Jack, this has been some series, hasn't it? You really have to take your hat off to both ball clubs, both managers, pitching, hitting. It's really been something.
Yeah, it really has. It's been classic baseball. We've used the phrase before, but that's what it is. Ray Knight, a veteran who won't be bothered by the pressure, will come up there. You can get him on the double play, and that's what the Cardinals direly need. Right here, Gardenhire will be on deck. Johnson's on at first. He just got his second hit and made it a one-run game. Cardinals leading 4-3.
Ray Knight.
Horton has 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 save this season. He is the 4th Cardinal pitcher of the night. And they're still throwing in the bullpen. Pat Perry and Jeff Lottie.
One of the reasons they send up Ray Knight, he's very good at handling the bat. He's a good hit-and-run man, for one thing. Take a lot of nerve to put that play on, wouldn't it? And Johnson, the runner at first, has what you would call average running speed. And Knight can go the other way, but you can get him on the double play. Horton finds himself in his biggest ball game ever.
He's ready, so is Ray Knight. Knight is batting .218. He's hit 6 home runs, and he's driven home 36 teammates. He's ready, so's Horton. To the belt and out of the plate. Fastball inside, ball 1. Knight is a money player. Started in the first game and had a couple of hits. Johnson leads from first as Horton gets a sign. He stretches. Throws over there. Runner's back safely.
This New York rally here assures them of one thing. The number 9 hitter, the number 1 hitter, and 2 hitter will come up again before it's over.
Knight takes the strike. Good fastball at the letters, 1-1. Pendleton deep behind the bag at third. Ozzie cheats in at his shortstop position. Herr the same at second. Clark holds against Howard Johnson. To the belt, Hart. Now to Ray Knight. Swinging a pop-up into shallow center. Out goes Ozzie. In comes Willie. And on the move, Willie makes the catch. I mean to tell you, he had to run a mile.
Ozzie let him out to dry out there. Ozzie doesn't do that very often, but I think he misjudged the ball, and he left McGee hanging out there in center field. He caught the ball.
He looked in to see where Ozzie was. Ozzie looked out and said, "It's all yours, Willie." And I want to tell you, he put on the afterburner and on the dead run made the catch. Ozzie was pointing to Willie, and Willie was pointing to Ozzie.
I'm telling you, McGee ran faster than he ever ran in his life.
He was playing very deep, and he had to come a long, long way, and he gets a big hand by the left field bleachers as he goes back to his defensive position.
This is Gardenhire.
He's batting 9th as he came in the last inning, took over at second base.
Willie may punch Ozzie in the mouth when the inning's over.
Gardenhire is batting 152. No homers, 1 RBI. Right-handed hitter swings and misses.
He's batting 9th, Mike, so they'll still have Wilson, then a pinch hitter, and then Hernandez before this game ends.
Abner has done it again. Harden checks on Johnson, pitches to Ron Gardenhire. Outside evens the count, 1-1. Jesse Orozco starts to throw in the New York bullpen. Cardinals still have Perry and Lottie throwing in their bullpen. We're in the 8th. 4-3 the score. Cards lead. Harton throws the first again. They're spread out deep in the outfield. The pitch to Gardenhire, swinging a foul out of play. He's in the hole, 1-2. Mookie Wilson waits next. The Cardinals in their 8th inning will have the latter 3, Porter, Smith, and the pitcher. Infield deep, outfield the same. Harden, another sign, comes to the belt. Kicks and pitches. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. And Harden does some job. He takes care of Ray Knight, and he strikes out Gardenhire, and the Mets can score only the 1 run on 2 base hits. They leave a man, they've left 9. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Cardinals lead 4-3. 3. Larry Boa comes in at shortstop. He'll take over for Santana. Porter will lead it off against McDowell. We owe you a station break. Let's take it now. This is the Cardinals Baseball Network.
This is WTAY-FM Stereo in Robinson, Illinois. It's 10:31. Temperature here at the Tate Tower, 56 degrees.
Larry Boa, the veteran, in its shortstop as Porter leads it off here in the 8th inning. The line score for New York, 3 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. For the Cardinals, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Cardinals are 3 outs away from moving their magic number down to 2. Porter tonight has walked twice, scored, and struck out. He swings and misses on the first one from Roger McDowell. Porter's hit 10 home runs this season. They're very deep, and they play him to pull. Second baseman, Gardner, is into the right field area. Here's the next by McDowell to Porter. Swinging a foul off to the right and into the Cardinal dugout, 0-2. Mets scored first in this game. 1-0 after 1. Cardinals tied it in the second. It stayed that way until the 4th when Vince Coleman singled home 2 and the Cardinals led 3-2. Mets came back, scored a run in the 5th. Cardinals won in the 6th. Now on the top of this 8th, New York has made it 4-3. As Porter looks at one outside, it's 1-2. Another nail-biter here at Busch Stadium. Capacity crowd, 50,000 plus here tonight. McDowell winds and fires. Darrell Porter swings and taps it foul again. McDowell relieved in the 7th, and he retired the Cardinals in order. And it was the first time all night that the Cardinals have gone down 1-2-3. The Redbirds have left 8 in this game. New York is stranded 9. Porter ready again. Big crowd is still sending electricity all through this Busch Stadium. McDowell to Porter, swinging another foul off to the right as McDowell continues to whistle that sinker in, and Darryl keeps fouling it off. Ozzie Smith waits on deck. A new one to the hill as McDowell kicks at the dirt in front of the pitching rubber. Now he stands on and gets a sign. Here comes the next delivery. Porter takes a strike on the inside corner, and he complains to the umpire. He's called out. It's the first strikeout for McDowell, and he's retired all 4 that he's faced.
Shortstop, Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie Smith had a good evening. He drove home a run with a ground out in the 2nd inning to get the Cardinals on the board. He singled, scored in the 4th. Singled, scored again in the 6th. Bats with nobody on, 1 out here in the 8th. Cardinals leading by 1 run. Or 3 outs away from increasing their lead by 2 over the Mets. Fastball high outside, ball 1. If they win, they'll reduce the magic number from 4 down to 2. They play Ozzie straight away as the right-hander brings it in. Swinging a foul out of play. That evens the count. 1-1. $47,720 have paid. 50,139 in attendance. The 1-1 into the switch hitting Ozzie Smith. Swinging a tap foul. McDowell has a very good sinker working tonight. He's won 6 times, lost 5, saved 16 for New York this season. Came back from a very serious injury, arm injury, and he's been a mainstay out of that New York bullpen from the right side. He and Orozco form a good 1-2 punch, right and left. The next, Ozzie Smith. Almost hit him. Spins him off the plate, 2-2. Ozzie holds it right down on the end. Third baseman is way off the line. And all the infielders are deep. In his last 25 games, Ozzie's hit better than .333. The 2-2 delivery, swinging a high hopper to the shortstop. Tough play. Boa makes a good play, and he throws him out. Larry Boa makes a heck of a play as he came in and got a short hop, the second one. Threw on the run, and he just nipped Ozzie at first. 2 down. And Rick Horton will bat for himself.
Pitcher Rick Horton.
Very close at first, but Boa got the job done. Horton bats as he throws from the left side. Fastball is a strike. It'll be Rick Horton to the mound in the ninth. Swing and a miss. And as this game come down to the final inning, you bet it has, with the top of the New York lineup to face the Cardinal reliever in the ninth inning. 0-2 is just wide. Great job by Roger McDowell. He's faced 5, and he's set all 5 down. And he has Horton in the hole, 1-2. Nobody on, 2 outs. Big gap in right center. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Well, here it is, folks. This big crowd is coming to their feet. Rick Horton will go back to the mound, and the stage is set for another nail-biting finish.
The St. Louis Cardinals have a record of 98-60. The Mets 97-61. The Mets are a game behind, trying to move into a first-place tie here tonight. The Cardinals, whose clinching number is 4, are trying to lower it to 2 by salvaging 1 of this 3-game series. Rick Horton came on and got the final 2 outs in the 8th, and Mookie Wilson fouls it to start the ninth. We're underway. Wilson is up there batting right-handed. Cardinals have been out, hit 12-9. Cardinals lead 4-3. Willie McGee drove in the run in the 6th. It's the difference. Here's the pitch. Horton throws it low outside. Horton got Knight on a fly ball and struck out Gardenhire to end the 8th. Wilson pops it up, foul back here, and it is out of play, back about 10 rows, as Porter came back hoping against hope that he could corral that one. It's going to be Wilson, who's up there now. John Christensen, a right-handed hitter. A youngster who's with the Mets in spring training, played part of the year with them next. And then Keith Hernandez, who already has 4 hits. Horton has the hitter set up, but he's not a strikeout sort. Into the windup goes Horton. His pitch is high. Lottie warms up in the Cardinal bullpen. Here's another pitch. Swing and a foul. And that one nailed the catcher. Pat Perry, a left-hander, a rookie, and Jeff Lottie, the biggest saver out of the bullpen, are warming up. Horton with a 2-2 count on the leadoff man. Here's his pitch. Swing and another foul. Drops at the feet of the catcher, Porter. Oh, Wilson has come within an eyelash of striking out on the last 2 pitches. Wilson has 5 home runs. He's a switch hitter, batting right-handed, and a very good base runner. The next pitch, and a foul out of play to the right. The Cardinals need 3 outs. The Mets need a run. The Cardinals on top 4-3, 9th inning. Nobody on, nobody out. Here comes another. Mookie Wilson pops it up. On the infield for Tommy Herr. Into the outfield. 1 out. Wilson pops out, and John Christensen is the pinch hitter. Christensen, a power hitter who displayed plenty of power in spring training this year, a right-handed batter. Lottie and Perry are in the bullpen, and Whitey Herzog goes down the line with Horton, who is spoken to by the Cardinal catcher, Darrell Porter. The Mets warm up a left-hander in case they get back into the game. Christensen is the batter, the pinch hitter, and they play him deep and straight away, and Pendleton guards the line at third. Cardinals lead 4-3. Here's the pitch to the hitter, and a swing and a pop-up. Same spot. Herr out, Van Slyke in. Van Slyke has it. Well, I don't know who wrote the script, but it is an Oscar nominee. The script is a dandy. Keith Hernandez has singled home a run, singled again, doubled home a run, doubled again, 4 for 4. The former Cardinal, lustily booed by all of these fans throughout the series, is the last hope for the Mets in this game at the moment. The pitch. Outside and low, ball 1. Hernandez, a true professional, a very, very good baseball player. You can bet he's equal to this task. On deck, it's Carter. In the bullpen, it's Vladi. On the mound, it's Horton with 2 out. Cardinals leading 4-3, 9th inning. And here comes the pitch to Hernandez. It's a strike. A called strike 1, and it's 1-1. Isn't this something? 50,000 on their feet. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hernandez. The outfield deep to the right. He's hit 10 home runs this year. He calls time. Horton has retired 4 in a row. He took care of Wilson, and he got the pinch hitter Christensen. And he has a 1-1 count on Hernandez. The bases are empty. 2 out. Cardinals leading 4-3. Trying to lower their Cardinal clinching number to 2. Horton, in the biggest game of his life, goes into the windup, and here it comes. And it's up high, ball 2. Horton knows that if he loses Hernandez, he's out, Lottie's in, and Carter's up. 2 balls and a strike to count. Hernandez won't be taking. He'll be swinging a foul, and it's 2-2 as it rolls back behind the plate, and the Cardinals are within a strike of accomplishing what they wanted to do in this game, and in fact what they wanted to do in this series, and that is win at least 1. Cubs in here tomorrow night. Mets go home. They play Montreal. 2-2 the count on Keith Hernandez. Horton gets the sign from Porter. Listen to this crowd. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He swings, and there's a line drive, and it's a base hit. The deep short. Hernandez is on with his 5th hit of the night. Ozzie to his right missed it by a foot. Here comes Herzog. Here comes Lottie. Here comes Carter. Tying run at first. A 2-2 count, and Hernandez hit it to deep short. Ozzie Smith came within a whisker of being able to catch it, but couldn't. And Hernandez is the tying run on at first base. Herzog to the mound. Horton did great work. He leaves. He retired 4 in a row and gave up the infield hit to Hernandez that keeps the Mets alive, and they couldn't ask for a better person to have at the plate than Gary Carter. The Cardinals make a pitching change and bring in the right-hander Jeff Lottie. Horton pitched an inning and a third. Allowed no runs, accountable for the man on base. He just gave up his first hit. He had 1 strikeout, issued no walks. And Jeff Lottie, who's been the best out of the bullpen for the Cardinals this year, is the pitcher. Isn't this some game? Lottie has a record of 5-2 with 18 saves. The Mets have their most prolific hitter at the plate. And that batter is Gary Carter. He has hit 32 home runs. He has 99 runs batted in. He's had 1 hit tonight, 1 for 4. And Lottie warms up. He's a fastball slider pitcher. This will be a power pitcher and a power hitter in this extremely tense and exciting moment here at the park. Now the Mets are in a spot to not only drive in the tying run, but to win it with the long ball. Jeff Lottie takes his final warm-up toss, and Carter walks to the plate. He is singled, grounded into a double play. Fly to right and popped out. Who's going to do what? Lottie against Carter. Pendleton deep behind the base. Coleman's almost to the wall and left. McGee in left center. Hernandez, not a threat to run, is on at first, being held by Clark. Lottie will work off the stretch. The right-hander delivers to Carter in a swing and a fly ball to short right field. And Slyke is there, and that's a winner! A winner! And the Cardinals beat the Mets. The Cardinals are 2 games out in front with 3 to play. What a game. What a game. 4-3 Cardinals. They pound each other out there in the center of the diamond. They haven't won it yet, but they've taken a giant step toward winning the Eastern Division title. Some game, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Totals in a moment.
The hard rockin' Alan Collins Band for smooth taste in Busch beer. It's 7-8.
The Cardinals have won their 99th game of the year. They snapped the 3-game losing streak, and they pushed the Mets 2 games out with 3 to play, and the magic number is 2. Even that's not going to be easy, folks. The Cubs come to town. They have a fine pitcher, Dennis Eckersley, ready to go tomorrow night against Bob Forsch at 7:35, and tickets remain for the game. The Mets go home. They play Montreal. They'll pitch Fernandez against Gullickson. The Cardinals pitch Forsch against Eckersley. And the Cardinals have a true professional of their own to send out to the Hill tomorrow night. No, I'm not really that impressionable about baseball. I've been doing it for 35 years. I think I know what's good and what isn't when I look at it. I said the other night, even though the Cardinals lost the game Tuesday, it was one of the best baseball games I've ever seen. And this one ranks right with it. You really have to admire the Mets. They came in here and won the first 2. They had to win in the minds of most baseball people, all 3. And they came within a hair here tonight as they forced the Cardinals to pull out all the stops to use Cox, Daly, Worrell, Horton, Lottie, all of whom were very, very good. Each of whom got into a little trouble, except Lottie, who nailed it down.